appreciate you being here. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Remove your hats and direct your attention to the flag outside the left field fence as Emma Corvallis sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. That our flag was standing. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Emma, thank you very much.
Well, no better way to start a series finale than a rousing national anthem. Our thanks to Emma Bonaby Marfathali to start off this ball game, and we are almost ready to get underway. Welcome to Ridgefield, Washington, everybody, as we continue a three-game series between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Corvallis Knights. We close out the series with Corvallis heading for the sweep if they can win today, while the Ridgefield Raptors trying to fend off that sweep and take a leg up over Portland in the playoff race. Both Ridgefield and Portland losing yesterday to stay tied for the second playoff spot in the Southern Division. The Bend Elks waiting in the wings, and the Cowles Black Bears still at the ready as well. No team has been eliminated yet from playoff contention, and we only got 4 games remaining this series finale, and then one more 3-game series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. We're about 2 minutes away from first pitch. Here are the starting lineups today. First for the Ridgefield Raptors, as announced by Chris Cota, leading off for Ridgefield, playing center field out of Oregon State is Wade Meckler. Batting second, the first baseman from College of the Canyons, Doyle Kane. Batting third, the right fielder from Cal State Fullerton, Caden Connor. The cleanup hitter and designated hitter for Ridgefield is Will Chambers. Batting fifth, the catcher from Seattle University is Grant Heiser. Batting sixth, the left fielder, it'll be Parker Goen staking the first pitch in left field. He'll be subbed out for Brady Casper out of Oregon State. Batting seventh, the shortstop from UT San Antonio, Cody Darcy. Batting eighth, the second baseman, incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount, is Patrick Stark. And rounding out the nine for Ridgefield, the third baseman from Eastern Oregon University is Brooks Dyer. And the starting lineups for the Corvallis Knights, as written down by Brooke Knight, their skipper, leading off for the Knights and playing left field with the league's best batting average, headed to Oregon State this year, is Travis Bazana. Batting second, the right fielder from University of Portland is Briley Knight. Batting third for the Knights, the designated hitter out of UC Santa Barbara is Nick Vogt. And the cleanup man, first baseman from Central Arizona College, is Kiko Romero. Batting fifth, the third baseman, incoming freshman at Oregon State, is Tanner Smith, leading the team with 27 RBIs on the year. Batting sixth, the center fielder out of Glendale, headed to Washington State for another year with the Cougars, Kyler Stancato. Batting seventh for the Corvallis Knights, the shortstop out of Lewis Clark State is Riley Way. And batting eighth, the catcher is Sebastian Garcia out of Cal State Northridge. Batting ninth, the second baseman from Lynn Benton Community College, Jake Hoskins. The starting pitchers tonight for the Corvallis Knights, it'll be Sam Sturr, transferring from Lewis Clark College, or Lower Columbia College, LCC, Lower Columbia College, headed to Oregon State. He's originally from Portland, went to Madison High School. His counterpart on the mound for Ridgefield, taking his warm-up pitches right now, is Ben Larson out of the Seattle area, Port Orchard, Washington, and has spent 3 years at Gonzaga. And he's the starting pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors. Those are the starting lineups. And we are just about to get underway from Ridgefield. I'm Josh Wardham. Thanks for joining us, whether you're on the Raptors live stream on RidgefieldRaptors.com or on 1240 Joe Radio in the Corvallis, Albany area. Glad that you're with us for a series finale. Corvallis has 4 games remaining in the regular season. In a sense, they don't have anything to play for. Obviously, you've got momentum and playing time and experience, get as many at-bats as you can. That's all valid and important. But in terms of playoff scenarios and home field advantage, that's all been decided. Corvallis has their situation wrapped up. They're in the playoffs. They got home field advantage for as many rounds as they go. So they don't have technically anything to play for, while Ridgefield has a heck of a lot to play for in terms of a playoff berth and trying to face Corvallis. This would be the first-round matchup. Corvallis is already locked in, and the spot that they're playing against is up for grabs. Ridgefield and Portland are tied with Ben a game behind. All right, we're ready to go. Ben Larson is on the mound to face Travis Bazzana. Goes into his windup, and this ball game is underway with the ball high at 1:06 p.m. to open up the series finale. Game 3 of this series, with Corvallis winning the first 2 games by scores of 4-2 down at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, and then 7-2 yesterday here at the Rourke. They got a substitution after 1 pitch, and Ridgefield will make a swap defensively here with Parker Goen exiting this game in left field, and Brady Casper will enter the contest. Parker was yesterday's starting pitcher for Ridgefield. Got the start in left field. He's pulled after 1 pitch, which was the plan. A strike now to Travis Bazzana and a 1-1 count. And now Brady Casper will play the remainder of the game, or at least the next chunk of it. The technically not starting left fielder, but basically starting left fielder. 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. The reason for that is you need to play 5 games. Each individual player must have played in 5 games in order to be eligible for the playoffs. And Parker Goen needed a couple extra, so he gets the start, technically appeared in a game, and is pulled out. So he gets 1 more game played. And now Brady Casper will be back in. The 2-2 pitch is down into the leg of Grant Heiser, the catcher. And that sets the count at 2-2. He'll shake the leg out. Maybe got crossed up as Bazzana was not swinging, but it caught somewhere on the knee area of Grant Heiser, but he seems to be okay. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the top of the first inning, Travis Bazzana, getting a start in left field today, batting .435 on the summer. He ropes one to center field. It'll take Wade Meckler back towards the track, but he has a play on it, and Wade makes the grab to retire his future college teammate. Bazzana, an incoming freshman at Oregon State, and Wade, who's already been there since 2019, makes the catch in straightaway center field. 1 away. Briley Knight is next up to face Ben Larson, who's a 6'4", 210-pounder. Out of Port Orchard, Washington, spent 3 years so far at Gonzaga. He turned 22 years old last month, still has 3 years of eligibility remaining. Gets a ground ball to the first base side. Doyle Kane grabs it. The first baseman underhands to Ben Larson, and the pitcher gets there to cover first, a step ahead of Briley Knight. A first pitch ground out and 2 away in the first inning. Ben Larson cruising so far, and Nick Vogt is next up on a 9-game hit streak. He's the designated hitter today with a .355 average, 7 extra base hits, plus a home run, 5 doubles, 2 triples, and the homer on the summer for Nick Vogt. 2 away, bases empty in the top of the first inning. No score yet, and a called strike from Ben Larson, who does own the Ridgefield Raptors' best ERA on the summer. He clocks in at 1.11 for his earned run average. The 0-1 to Larson from Larson is down. Not a regular starter. He's kind of been the closer or setup man at different points this season, but now stepping in on a bullpen day for Ridgefield. He won't go too long, Will Larson. 1-1 pitch, tails outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. with 2 outs and the bases empty in the top of the first inning. Larson will probably go 2 innings here, maybe 3. We'll see how it goes. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Nick Vogt. And now a 2-2 count from Ben Larson. His 13th appearance on the year, just his 2nd start. He is coming off a 3-inning outing against Walla Walla, where he allowed just 2 hits and no runs while striking out 5. His longest appearance of the year has been 3 innings. That was at Cowlitz, also allowing no runs. He bounces one in front of home plate for ball 3. He's got a full count, 2 outs, and 1 strike away from ending the first inning in 1-2-3 fashion. Nick Vogt, the batter, who has gone 4 for 8 this series against the Raptors. Here's the payoff, off speed, and fouled back to keep the count at 3-2. Ben Larson, who uses a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup. His slider is both his out pitch and his most common pitch. He'll throw it equally to right-handed batters and lefties. And we'll go to the 4-seam the next most often. The payoff goes to the fastball. Ground ball to the right side, scooped up by Patrick Stark, and he stumbles as he throws, but makes the throw accurately to first for the out. Kind of lost his footing, but stayed on his feet, and the throw is on time to get Nick Vogt. 1-2-3 inning for Ben Larson in the top of the first. And unlike yesterday, Ridgefield will come to the plate in the bottom of the first with the game tied. It's the Corvallis Knights scoreless, and the Ridgefield Raptors coming up after this break.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
It'll be Wade Meckler to lead off for the Ridgefield Raptors in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless contest. Doyle Kane and Caden Connor will follow to face the Corvallis Knights, wearing the road black uniforms today with the gray pants. Ridgefield in the home maroon-red uniforms with the white pants today in what they hope will not be the final home game of the year, but it could be. It's the final home game of the regular season for Ridgefield. And if they do play another one, it would be against Corvallis a week from yesterday, 6 days from now on Saturday, August 14th, if Ridgefield makes the playoffs. They'll have to get through Corvallis this game in order to put themselves in position. They could make the playoffs even with a loss today, but it would get much tougher. They would lose the tiebreaker over the Portland Pickles and drop a half game below Portland with just 3 games remaining. Wade Meckler steps in to face Sam Sturr, a right-hander headed to Oregon State to become college teammates with Wade Meckler, who takes a ball outside from Sturr, typically sits 92 to 93 on the fastball. He's got 2 breaking balls and a changeup. His slider and curveball look a lot different from each other. 4-pitch guy, touches 93 on his first offering. Goes back to the fastball and a 3-hopper to the second baseman. Scooped up by Hoskins, and Jake throws over for the out to retire Wade Meckler. 1 away in the bottom of the first, no score in this contest. With Doyle Kane coming up next. Got the day off yesterday, went 1 for 4 down at Goss Stadium in the series opener. A split series here between these 2 ball clubs. And the first game was in Corvallis, the latter 2 up here in Ridgefield. That was because the first series between these 2 teams, also a split series where 1 game was in Ridgefield, 2 in Corvallis, so they evened it out with 3 home games apiece. Strike at the knees to Doyle Kane. 1 out, nobody on, and an 0-1 count. Now the reason for the first split series has its own causation. That was because the final game in that series was on 4th of July, And while originally scheduled to be in Corvallis, is a ground ball to the right side, and the first baseman stumbles. Kiko Romero can't get his footing. Might have not gotten in front of it anyways. It bounces into right field for a base hit. And Doyle Kane gets aboard with a one-out single. And that brings up Caden Connor with one on and one out. The ball bounced through the right side, and Romero maybe would have had a play on it had he been able to keep his footing, but he kind of stumbled a bit on a play where he would have had a tough play to get in front of it either way. And it goes down as a base hit for Doyle Kane. And Caden Connor is up to the plate, just under a 300 average after going hitless yesterday. Had a 300 average coming into last night's ball game. On the series, he's 1 for 9, getting his 58th hit to tie the Ridgefield single-season record. Got a runner on first, one out, with a scoreless ball game so far in the bottom of the first inning. Sturr comes to the plate, and the first pitch is a strike to Caden Connor. So that first series, 4th of July game, was scheduled in Corvallis to do the whole series in Corvallis, but Ridgefield did not have a 4th of July game at home in 2019, the first year for Ridgefield as a ball club. And so normally you get a 4th of July home game every other year, and Ridgefield didn't have that, so they split the series, gave the home game to Ridgefield, and then went home and away in each series. And it works out, just a little drive up, about 2 hours or just above that. And so it's not all that bad. The 0-1 pitch is outside to Caden Connor. 1-1's the count with one out. Doyle Kane, the runner at first, as Ridgefield tries to take the lead. They did have a lead down at Goss on Friday, although Corvallis came back for the 4-2 victory. Ridgefield did not have a lead at any point last night, losing that game 7-2. The 1-1 pitch from Sam Sturr is below the knees for ball 2. 2-1 the count, as called by our home plate umpire tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, Andrew Mervin. In the field is Jordan Shepard. Ridgefield is still winless against Corvallis this summer and back in 2019, although this summer all the games have been close, and in fact Ridgefield has out-hit Corvallis in 3 of the 5 games and out-hitting them overall on the season, despite not winning a single game against the Knights this summer. 2 balls and 1 strike, and Caden Connor asked for time as Sam Sturr taking an extended look at his battery mate Sebastian Garcia, and waiting and still doesn't go into his delivery, and Caden Connor eventually says, let me have a break here and get reset. 2-1's the count, 1 away. Runner on first. Outfield's playing him fairly deep. He hits a ground ball to short. Riley Way gets in front of it, throws to second for the out. The throw on to first, not in time. And a fielder's choice from Riley Way to Jake Hoskins. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Caden Connor safe at first on a fielder's choice 6-4. Good play by Riley Way. A lot of guys would backhand that ball, but he moved over and put his legs on either side of the grounder, set his feet through to second, but the turn not quite in time to get Caden Connor. 2 outs, runner on first. Will Chambers, the batter, transferred and committed to Dixie State a couple weeks ago, played most recently at College of the Canyons. He's got 2 outs and a runner on first for the switch hitter. Watches the first pitch for a strike on the outside edge from Sam Sturr. He's from Portland, went to Madison High School. Started out at Lower Columbia College, spent 1 year there and headed to Oregon State. And according to his LCC teammate Dylan Jester, who's on the team here with Ridgefield, and teammates and good friends at Lower Columbia, Sturr committed really early to Oregon State, even before the spring season began. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Sam Sturr. A fastball, stays outside. Had some good break to it. Almost looked like a slider, but I doubt he has a 93-mile-an-hour slider. Must have been the fastball. It's ball 1. 1-1 the count, 2 down, with a runner on first. So Sam Sturr committed to Oregon State even before starting that spring at LCC. So he was about to play 1 season for LCC and already committed to a D1 even before starting his college baseball career up in Longview. Misses down and away. Now that one's an off speed, down to 78 miles an hour. 2-1 the count to Will Chambers, the cleanup hitter. He's at the plate trying to break the scoreless tie if he can move Caden Connor along. He's at first base right now. Chambers, who's 1 for 8 on the series with a walk and a single yesterday. 2-1 pitch, he loops it foul over the third base side in front of a nice crowd here at the Rourke today. And a pleasant day for baseball as well. We'll have rising temperatures into the 70s and right now at 70 degrees here in the first inning. Bottom of the first, no score. 2-2's the count with a runner at first. Will Chambers wiggling the bat over his shoulder, and Sam Sturr throws over to first and picked by Romero. Short hop the pickoff attempt, and Romero saved him. Yesterday, there were 2 errors in the ball game between the teams combined. They were both by Corvallis pitchers on pickoff attempts. And that one could have been an error had Romero not short-hopped it. Caden Connor safe at first. 2 down, 2-2's the count to Will Chambers. Wind not blowing anywhere right now. Another throw to first. This one more accurate, but also not in time to get Caden Connor. The wind usually blows out to right field here at the Rourke. Although right now it is pretty much windless here in Ridgefield, with the fans in right field sitting on the grassy berm beyond the right center field fence, hoping for a home run at some point today. It'll have to come without the wind. Foul tip from Chambers, and Garcia almost held on to it for what would have been an inning-ending punch-out, but couldn't quite grab it, and it falls behind home plate for a foul ball. 2-2 is still the count, with a runner on first and 2 down. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Sam Sturr, who has played just 2 games in the West Coast League, 1 start, has gone 4 1/3 innings, an opponent average of just 200 so far on the summer. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and strike 3 to Will Chambers, and the inning is over. 1 hit on the frame, and 1 left on, no errors and no runs, and it is a scoreless ball game through 1 inning. We're on to the second, when the Corvallis Knights will bring up Kiko Romero, Tanner Smith, and Kyler Stancato to face Ben Larson. Stay with us to the second inning in a scoreless ball game, with Corvallis and Ridgefield knotted up at 0 runs.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-size utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Both pitchers throwing scoreless first innings in this ball game, and Ben Larson will come out in the second inning to try to do the same thing. He'll be facing the middle of the lineup for the Corvallis Knights. Kiko Romero, Tanner Smith, and Kyler Stancato, the batters, as Ben Larson goes into his windup and misses low for ball 1 to open up the top of the second inning. No score between the Raptors and the Corvallis Knights in the final game. These two teams will play in the regular season. Hopefully not the final 2 times they'll match up on the summer, as Ben Larson throws outside for ball 2. Corvallis will be traveling on the road on August 14th. They don't know where to yet. They'll be opening the divisional round. It could be here at the Rourke. It could be down in Portland or Bend or even Longview. High fly ball on the 2-0 pitch. This one's going to carry all the way to the warning track, and stopping just in front of the track is Caden Connor, who pulls it in. The wind's not blowing out to right field right now like it normally does, and the fly ball dies in front of the track for Kiko Romero, and 1 away in the top of the second inning. Still no score on a high fly ball, where you see some bloopers here at the Rourke where guys don't even get a hold of it that much, and they just carry and carry and carry for home runs. There was 1 home run Ridgefield gave up on just a pop-up that just got over the bullpen and right field. That one does not carry with no wind here right now. First pitch to Tanner Smith is a ball. 1-0 the count to Tanner. And now sees one at the top of the zone for strike 1. 1 out, base is empty. And a scoreless ball game in the top of the second inning. Ben Larson has faced the minimum so far. And now encountering Tanner Smith for the first time, and Smith swings through the next pitch. It's 1-2. Tanner has a batting average of .223 on the summer. He's out of Chandler, Arizona, an incoming freshman at Oregon State. The 1-2 pitch got him swinging again. 2 down for Ben Larson, and his first strikeout of the afternoon. Tanner Smith is the first victim Coming up next is Kyler Stancato with the bases still empty. No score in this contest, with Ben Larson cruising so far, coming off good performance against Walla Walla. Got the win to improve to 2-1 on the year. An opponent batting average of just 169 on the year for Ben Larson. 1-0's the count, 2 down, bases empty. Ben, who did play for Gonzaga, faced Oregon State this spring in a game between the Bulldogs and Beavers. Goes to the fastball on the 1-0 and misses outside. 2-0 the count, 2 away. February 21st, Gonzaga versus Oregon State, and Larson faced Wade Meckler in that game, who's the center fielder standing directly behind him in center, now playing on the same team as Ben Larson. Off speed on the 2-0, does not break enough to catch the back door, and it's a 3-0 count to Kyler Stancato. Face Meckler gave up a double for Wade Meckler, got the extra base hit, but Ben Larson shouldn't feel bad. Oregon State scored a lot of runs in that game as Larson gets the fastball in for a strike. Oregon State won that game 20-4. So Ben giving up one extra base hit wasn't the worst thing in the world, as Oregon State got the much better of Gonzaga that day on February 21st, and two opponents turned teammates here in the West Coast League. Fly ball down the left field line and into the netting along the side. 3-2's the count now to Kyler Stancato out of Washington State University. Has a full count with the bases empty. No score in this contest. Middle infielders playing in the very back of the infield here. The outfield playing not too deep. Full count. A liner into center field. Wade Meckler running in. He'll have to play it on a bounce. And a single for Kyler Stancato. First base runner allowed for Ben Larson today. A little blooper into shallow center for a base hit. 2 down. And it'll be Riley Way up next. The shortstop, who is 1 for 5 on the series. 1 on and 2 out. Top of the second inning in a 0-0 ball game. As Stancato gets the base hit, gets his first hit of the series. He's 1 for 10 now. Riley Way, who has scored twice and had that one base hit so far against Ridgefield this series, has a fastball, and he swings a little bit late and fouls it behind home plate. 0-1 the count, 2 down, with a runner on first in a scoreless ball game for the Corvallis Knights. First time that Ben Larson has faced Corvallis this summer. For the 6'4", 210-pounder out of Gonzaga. Outfield playing straight up, a pickoff move to first, and Doyle Kane has to take the short hop and not in time to get Stancato. The outfield playing straight up, save for right field, where Caden Connor is playing fairly shallow in right field. Riley Way, a right-hand hitter. 0-1 the count from Ben Larson out of the stretch, and now a fly ball to right field. Caden Connor, who was playing shallow, doesn't have to move much in. It's a high fly ball towards the line, and he makes the grab just barely in fair territory. Out number 3, and Ben Larson gives up 1 hit, but strands that runner on first base. No runs allowed by Ben Larson today, and it's still a scoreless ball game as we head to the second inning. Stay with us from the Rourke.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Play ball! Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We head to the bottom of the second inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, home of the Ridgefield Raptors, playing their second season as a franchise and hoping to make the postseason for the first time. They'll be facing Sam Sturr again after getting 1 base hit, but no runs off him. Still a scoreless ball game, and Grant Heiser will come to the plate to open up the bottom of the second. Thanks for joining us here from the Rourke. I'm Josh Warden with the play-by-play today. And what we hope is not the final game from Ridgefield. Hope we see this matchup yet again. The Raptors do kind of need a win here. Don't need a win, but a soft need of a win to get into the playoffs in this game. As Heiser swings at the first offering, ground ball to third. It is a fair ball, and the throw from third gets into right field. Grant Heiser will hold at first as the throw from Tanner Smith went under the glove of Kiko Romero. And Heiser is safe at first base. It's ruled a single, as that throw was a bang-bang play, even if it was caught by Romero on a ball that was also inches, if that, inside the fair line. And it looked like the home plate umpire, Andrew Mervin, was not sure himself. He kind of did a half-hearted point towards fair and wasn't really sure about it. And now Ridgefield glad that he ruled fair because Heiser is safe at first. Give him an infield single on the play, as the throw, although getting away from the first baseman, was close to beating him out. Given the benefit of the doubt, a single. Brady Casper, the batter, and a ground ball behind the bag. Riley Way will have to throw to first and not in time, and he gets past the first baseman. Grant Heiser will sprint for third. The throw is going to be not in time, and Heiser is safe at third. Casper stays at first. 2 straight throws to get past the first baseman, and now the Raptors have runners on the corners and nobody out in the second inning. No score, but Ridgefield threatening as Brady Casper, the Oregon State utility player, hit a chopper over the mound. And Riley Way fielded it behind second base, did not have a throw at second to get Grant Heiser. He just whipped it to first to try to get one out, and it got past the first baseman. That one initially ruled an error, and now they give a hit and an error on the advancement for Heiser. So a single and E6 on the play. So 2 base hits in the inning. Now runners on the corners. Cody Darcy is the batter, with nobody out in the second inning. Darcy takes a swing, and it's a ground ball to short. Underhanded at second. The throw to first is in time, but the runner Heiser broke as Riley Way was underhanding to second. So a double play, and the run scores, and the bases are now empty. Ridgefield strike first. It's a 1-0 lead. No RBI for Cody Darcy, but a lead is good, and Ridgefield will take that, although would have preferred a crooked number, but hey, they have the lead. It's 1-0. Go from runners on the corners and nobody out to now bases empty, 2 outs and 1 run in, as Grant Heiser reading Riley Way and broke on the underhand toss to second. The first pitch swinging for Patrick Stark, and he fouls it off. This inning has been a quick one. After Grant Heiser swung at the first pitch, Brady Casper swung at the first pitch, and so did Cody Darcy. That was just the 4th pitch of the inning when Patrick Stark just fouled it off. Every guy has swung at the first offering, and he swings again and misses it. 0-2, 2 down. Bases empty now. Ridgefield ahead 1-0 in the second inning. So 3 batters, 3 pitches, a single, and a double play with a run scored. And that's been the inning so far. Here's the 0-2 from Sturr, a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. How about that for a 6-pitch inning that results in 2 singles, a double play, a run scored, and a strikeout? That is the bottom of the second, and 1 run comes in on 2 singles. We head to the third inning. It's the Corvallis Knights 0 and the Ridgefield Raptors 1.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, the Ridgefield Raptors took a lead in the series opener. They didn't hold on to it. They have taken a lead here in the series finale. Ben Larson is tasked with starting to hold on to it. He'll probably go 1 more inning here. The starting pitcher for the Raptors has a 1-0 advantage over the visiting Corvallis Knights in what may be the biggest game of the season for Ridgefield, and a team that was eliminated about 4 days before the end of the regular season back in 2019. You could say this game is the most important game in Ridgefield history. That was probably true of the last 2 games as well. Each one gets more important as Ridgefield needs to win 1 game this series to take the tiebreaker over Portland, and now this is the last one of the series. A breaking ball on the first pitch from Ben Larson is a called strike to the leadoff man for the Corvallis Knights, Sebastian Garcia. Right-hand hitting catchers behind 0-1. Now swings and pokes one towards third base. A 2-hopper to Brooks Dyer, and the third baseman beats him easily with the throw. On a ground out to third, and Ben Larson starts out the third inning well. 1 down and nobody on, with the Corvallis Knights trailing 1-0 against the Ridgefield Raptors, who scored last inning, needing just 3 pitches to take the lead. A single, and then another single, and then a double play that scored a run. With 1 away, and now the next batter for the Knights is Jake Hoskins, getting his first at-bat of the series. Not his first playing time. He had a plate appearance and an RBI walk on the series opener. First pitch strike from Ben Larson. Ground ball to third, and a diving Cody Darcy can't get there. It bounces off his glove. A fair ball. Hoskins going to dig for second. The throw into second. It beats him there, and he is out at second. Jake Hoskins tried to stretch it to 2, and the throw in from left field from Brady Casper threw him out easily at second. The tag by Patrick Stark is in time, and Hoskins is out at second base, 2 away, and the base is empty. It is ruled, I believe, a single, and so then he tried to stretch it to a double, bring up Travis Bazzana with the bases empty and 2 down, which is the perfect situation to have Bazzana up. Rather have him there and then a runner on base, so that makes Brady Casper's play that much more important. A first pitch strike from Ben Larson, and it is ruled a single and no error on the play. 0-1 pitch is down and away, so Hoskins just a single and thrown out at second. 2 down, nobody on. Ridgefield ahead in this ball game, 1-0. Bazzana at the plate, 1-1 count with 2 down. Larson goes to the breaking ball, high fly ball to left field, should be playable for Brady Casper, moves in. The left fielder can't see it, it's dropped in the sun. It lands in left field, Casper lost it in the sun. Bazzana gets to second base on the play, and will be gifted a double with Brady Casper trying to hold his glove up into the sun. And it looked like he had it for a moment, and as it was coming down, he lost it and started to run away from the ball, not knowing where it was. And Bazzana gets into second base for a double. And now they have the tying run in scoring position. Into left center field, where on afternoon games, the left fielder struggles with that sun a bit, or all outfielders for that matter. In a 1:05 game, we're now at 1:37 p.m. and got lost in the sun in a partly cloudy day, also just looking up into the white of the sky. Briley Knight's the batter, and a first pitch strike from Ben Larson. Runner on second, 2 down. Top of the third inning, a Ridgefield lead of 1-0. Next pitch, a fastball, fouled back, and it's an 0-2 count to Briley Knight, the 286 hitter from Corvallis at a University of Portland. Grounded out to first base in his initial at-bat. Now another plate appearance here in the third inning, with a tying run at second base in the form of Travis Bazzana. No balls and 2 strikes from Ben Larson, looking back at Bazzana, now to the plate, fastball, fouled away, and it remains an 0-2 count to Briley Knight. Yesterday 1 for 3 with an RBI. The 22-year-old will try to notch another run batted in and score this game, or tie this game up 1/2 inning after Ridgefield took the lead. Outfield playing him straight up with the 0-2 pitch from Ben Larson. Out of the stretch, a fastball swung on and missed, and Ben Larson gets out of it. He only gives up the gift double, and, well, really a single that was thrown out at second, and so gets some help from the left fielder Brady Casper, and then even after Brady loses one in the sun, no damage as Briley Knight strikes out to end the frame. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's the Corvallis Knights 0 and the Ridgefield Raptors 1.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears.
Good dog.
Treats in my mouth. And peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Into the bottom of the third inning from the Rourke on a sunny day, well, partly cloudy day, that's caused some trouble for the outfielders, losing a ball partly in the sun and just partly in the white clouds earlier, but Ridgefield got out of it after the gift double for Travis Bazana, stranded him at second and maintained the one-run lead. Ridgefield, with that advantage, comes up to the plate in the bottom of the third with Brooks Dyer leading off, the infielder out of Eastern Oregon University, and the first pitch from Sam Sturr, headed to Oregon State, is a ball. 1-0 the count, 1-0 the lead with Ridgefield in front, bottom of the third. Sturr throws and a line drive into left field, a bouncer in front of the left fielder Bazana, and a leadoff single for Brooks Dyer. After getting his first hit as a Raptor yesterday, he gets his second hit here today, and his first at-bat of the afternoon, a leadoff single to left field. And Ridgefield, for the second consecutive inning, gets a leadoff base hit. Last time it was Grant Heiser who ended up scoring the first and only run so far for either team. And now Brooks Dyer the runner, Wade Meckler the batter. Corner infielders playing almost even with the bags. First baseman holding on the runner. Third baseman Tanner Smith just behind the bag as Meckler is swinging away and hits one foul on the third base side. 0-1 the count to Wade Meckler. This is Oregon State versus Oregon State here with future Beaver Sam Sturr pitching. And 3-year Beaver Wade Meckler at the plate. Redshirted in 2020, did play some in 2019 and had his best year this spring in 2021, batting .303 for the Beavers. 0-1 pitch is down in the dirt, and it is ball one to Wade Meckler from Sam Sturr. Started a game on August 1st, his only other start on the summer against Bellingham at 3 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. Corvallis ended up losing that game in a 12th inning walk-off to the Bells. And now a week later gets his second start. Trails 1-0 to the Raptors in the third inning. 1-1 pitches again in the turf. An all-turf facility here at the Rourke, built back in 2018 in time for the Raptors' first season in 2019 when Ridgefield went 27-27, finished 3 games out of a playoff berth. This year, Ridgefield will come down the stretch and hopefully make the playoffs for the first time, but a win here would be critical. 2-1 pitch is a liner toward short. It bounces in front of Hoskins, and he does an Olay move that lets it go into right field as Hoskins misplays it, and it gets into right as it was hit right at him. He backs away from it and tries to kind of snag it with the glove, and it bounces into right field, and that'll put Wade Meckler at first. Brooks Dyer holds at second, still nobody out, and an error on the second baseman, and Wade Meckler is into first base safely. It was hit right at Jake Hoskins, who was going to bounce about 3 feet in front of him. And he kind of just moves away and tries to snare it to the side rather than staying in front of it, and it bounces into right field. A quick mound visit from Sebastian Garcia. The catcher talks it through with Sam Sturr and jogs right back. It's Doyle Kane, the batter. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Ridgefield already ahead in this contest, 1-0. Sam Sturr in some trouble here after the error and a leadoff single. Doyle Kane's bunting, places one on the first base side, almost all the way to the bag. The pitcher Sturr will cover, and he steps on the bag himself and gets there in time. The runners do move up 90 feet. And so Doyle Kane does his job with a sac bunt. And Wade Meckler is into second on the play. Brooks Dyer gets to third. And now Caden Connor has 2 runners in scoring position. A 1-0 lead for the Raptors and just 1 out here in the third inning. Caden Connor, who leads the league with 45 RBIs. He asked me, how many is the team record? I told him 50. He said, okay, I think I might get that by the end of the year. We'll see. I said, if you keep on coming up with the bases loaded like he always seems to do, he'll have the opportunity. Not quite bases loaded here, but pretty good. Runners on second and third for the Raptors. 1 down. Infield playing back here. The middle infielders playing at the edge of the infield. They'll take an out. If Caden Connor can ground one to short or second, will probably score a run. 1 away. Here comes Sam Sturr out of the stretch. A breaking ball outside for ball 1 to Caden Connor. has 45 RBIs, which is the best in the league, and it's not all that close. Behind him is his own teammate, John Peck, with 40. Next closest is Portland Pickles player Leo Mosby with 36. He's almost double digits ahead of any other player in the league. He has 2 runners in scoring position, 1 away. Bottom of the third. Next pitch is down and in for ball 2 from Sam Sturr. Ridgefield leading this contest 1-0. Caden Connor at the plate with Will Chambers on deck. Caden last series, or a week ago today on Sunday, broke a Ridgefield record. He went 6 for 6. He broke the record with 5 hits, which had never been done before, and then just increased that record with a 6 for 6 day. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and a grounder up the middle into center field. It'll score at least one. Wade Meckler's being waved around from second. The throw is off the line and Meckler scores. Caden Connor gets into second base on the throw. 2 RBI single for the RBI man, Caden Connor. And the Raptors take a 3-0 lead in the third inning. Caden Connor places one through the infield on a ground ball single. It scores 2 as the throw from Kyler Stancano probably would have been on time if it was right on the money. But that's a hard throw from all the way in center field, and it was a few feet off the line. And Wade Meckler scores on the play, an unearned run off of Sam Sturr. Brooks Dyer scores easily from third. Caden Connor advanced to second. They will charge an error on the throw as the throw got away from the catcher to the backstop. Will Chambers is the next batter with Ridgefield ahead 3-0 in the bottom of the third inning, and he fouls the first pitch. It's 0-1 with still only 1 out in the inning, and Caden Connor's in scoring position. Give him a single, but then an error on the advancement. And Will Chambers, the batter, with a runner in scoring position, 1 away. Here's the 0-1 from Sturr, breaking ball that drops in for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Will Chambers. On deck is Grant Heiser. It looked like they were trying to pitch around Caden Connor a bit. Now, Will Chambers does lead the league in home runs, but he is on a bit of a slide here. 1 for 8 on the series to break a bit of a hitless streak. Well, the runner on second and 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Here comes Sturr with the next pitch, a grounder towards short. Caden Connor backs up to go to second. It's Riley Way fielding and throwing to first in time. Connor stays at second base, and a ground out 6-3 on the play, with 2 down now in the inning. And the bottom of the third continues with Grant Heiser at the plate. Caden Connor in scoring position. Ridgefield already ahead 3-0. Whether that lead will be enough or not, we'll see. On a bullpen day for the Raptors, Ben Larson has thrown 3 innings, and that was what they were hoping to get from him, was 3 innings. And there is a reliever throwing in the bullpen for the Raptors. Byron Clack will probably come in at some point today. I believe that's Byron out in the pen. With 2 away, Grant Heiser watches ball 1 from Sam Sturr. 1-0 the count. Caden Connor, the runner, at second. Bottom of the third inning. The Raptors ahead 3-0. Already 3 errors on the ball game for the Corvallis Knights. 1 in this inning, or 2 in this inning, including Wade Meckler's ground ball that got him aboard. He later scored. Breaking ball to Heiser. It just clips the corner on the upper right part of the zone. 1-1 the count. 2 away. On deck is Brady Casper. Grant Heiser was the first player to score today for Ridgefield. He led off the second inning with a single, and then advanced on an error, came around to score on a ground ball by Cody Darcy. And Ridgefield led 1-0 into this inning. They've scored 2 more here. Here's the 1-1 to Heiser, takes a swing and swings over it on the 83-mile-an-hour off speed from Sam Sturr. Sam, who went to Madison High School, went to Lower Columbia for 1 year, and is headed to Oregon State this upcoming spring. Well, really the fall, but you'll see him in the spring if you watch the games. 1-2 is the count from Sturr. The runner on second, and Grant Heiser, the batter. Right-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. Into the stretch, and it's way outside. Gets to the backstop. Caden Connor breaks for third, and no throw there as it hit the wooden backstop and came right back to Garcia. But Caden Connor had a good break and is in there safely without a throw. 2 down still, so even a ground ball will not score Caden Connor unless it gets through the infield. First wild pitch of the day. Grant Heiser, the batter, runner on third. Ridgefield already ahead 3-0. Sturr steps off the rubber and steps right back on. Grant Heiser got his first hit of the series last inning. He's now 1 for 8 against Corvallis in this penultimate series of the summer. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Sam Sturr. From the stretch, he kicks and delivers outside ball 3. A full count now to Grant Heiser with Brady Casper on deck. Ridgefield scoring 1 run last inning, 2 runs here in the third. Corvallis has been scoreless so far, but they'll have some opportunities against Ridgefield's bullpen today, trying to piece it together. Need as much run support as they can get. Full count to Heiser, chases after a pitch at the belt and fouls it back, and it remains a 3-2 count from Sam Sturr. Ridgefield needing a win here against Corvallis to get the tiebreaker over Portland, since Portland went 1-5, and the second tiebreaker is wins against the first half winner, which is Corvallis. Here's the payoff to Heiser. Off speed, he pops it up just behind second base. Hoskins looking up, and the second baseman gets under it and makes the grab, and the inning is over. Ridgefield does score 2 runs with 2 errors on the frame and 2 hits as well here in the third inning. After 3 complete innings from Ridgefield, it's the Corvallis Knights scoreless and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around the sink.
And I am starting to think the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free.
Natura Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natura Pest Control. Call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Couldn't really ask for a better day in Southwest Washington, or anywhere for that matter. Low 70s, partly cloudy, a baseball game to be played here in Ridgefield. Through 3 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, it's the Corvallis Knights with 0 runs on 3 hits and 3 errors, and the Ridgefield Raptors 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. With that 3-run margin, Ridgefield brings in a new pitcher. Ben Larson exits a 3-inning open. The starting pitcher goes 3, which was expected, and he gives up 0 runs, which was hoped for. And now Josiah Nickel makes his sort of debut for Ridgefield. He has not pitched in a game for the Raptors yet this summer. Comes in from the Northwest Star Academy Nighthawks, a feeder team for the Raptors. He's not technically making his debut, but he essentially is. He has started a couple games in left field, seen 1 pitch and exited just to get some games and be eligible for the playoffs. First pitch from Nickel is an 82-mile-an-hour throw for strike 1 to Nick Vogt, the leadoff man, after Ben Larson exits, having given up just 3 hits and no runs. And now Josiah Nickel will be next up. So Nick Vogt is the batter here with nobody on base and nobody out, just starting the top of the 4th inning. And Josiah Nickel into the windup for the 0-2. It's poked into right field. Caden Connor takes a couple steps in, gets under it, and makes the catch for out number 1. Good work for Josiah Nickel in the first batter he faces as a Ridgefield pitcher. He did face against Ridgefield for Northwest Star Academy in a win that the Nighthawks had. They went 1-2 against the Raptors, and Nickel was the star pitcher that day. And now facing the Corvallis Knights with the Ridgefield Raptors. Gets a strike on Kiko Romero. Nickel did face Corvallis in a Nighthawks uniform, and now facing them in a Raptors uniform. As Romero takes a first pitch strike, he flew out to right field in his first at-bat, swings ahead of the off-speed, and it's 0-2. 1 away, bases empty. The Raptors ahead in this contest, 3-0 over the Corvallis Knights. Even if Corvallis loses, no harm to them. They're already in the playoffs and home field advantage. Off-speed, and it's outside for ball 1. 1-2. Corvallis has been sitting at 9 wins the last 5 games. They don't want to get to double-digit losses, or 9 losses, I should say. Don't want to get to double-digit losses. A couple teams have 30 losses on the year. Liner into right field, and Romero hits it well, and Caden Connor bobbles it, and Romero will take a big turnaround first, but stay there for a single into right with 1 out. So the top of the 4th inning continues with Tanner Smith, the batter. The Knights trailing 3-0. They're at 35-9 on the year. The first place seed in the Southern Division. They would be having the home field advantage in the divisional round, and if they advance to the championship, would play at home in Game 2 in the championship, and if necessary, Game 3, going for their 5th consecutive West Coast League title. A swing and a foul ball from Tanner Smith. 0-1 the count to Tanner, an incoming freshman at Oregon State. With a runner at first and 1 down, top of the 4th inning, the Raptors 3, and the Corvallis Knights scoreless. Ridgefield scoring 1 run in the second, 2 runs in the third, helped out by 3 errors by the Knights. A throw over to first, and Romero back from Josiah Nickel. With Tanner Smith, the batter, who struck out in the second inning, facing Ben Larson, and now facing Josiah Nickel for the first time. Here's the 0-1 from Nickel, a fly ball to the right side, pop-up really, that's in foul territory. Doyle Kane going over and in foul ground, makes the grab for out number 2. Little pop-up even with the bag, and Doyle Kane makes the catch, 2 down, and a runner holding at first base in Kiko Romero. And Kyler Stancato is the next batter. He was the first base runner to get a board off of Ben Larson, the 6th hitter in the ballgame for Corvallis. He singled but was stranded as Larson went 3 scoreless innings and exits the game. For Josiah Nickel to come out of the bullpen, we'll see Byron Clack probably at some point today out of University of Portland, and could perhaps face his college teammate Briley Knight. Right now it's Kyler Stancato, the batter, out of Washington State. 2 down, runner on first. Nickel throws low. Ball 1 to Stancato, who had a single in that second inning. Larson gave up 3 hits, one of them a double that got lost in the sun, the other 2 singles, but none of those players scored. Another throw over to first, and it's lodged under the runner as Romero got back, and the throw a bit low, and he kind of fell on top of the ball and lets Doyle Kane pick it up. 1-0 is the count to Kyler Stancato. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Ridgefield leading this game 3 runs to 0. Ridgefield has lost 4 of the last 5 games, and they're 0-11 against Corvallis all time, but they get 1 win today as the ball's high from Josiah Nickel, 2-0 the count. If they get this win today, they would improve to 1-5 against Corvallis on the summer, which would give them the tiebreaker over Portland via record against the first half team, and then the secondary tiebreaker behind that of run differential in division games, which Ridgefield has that tiebreaker. So they'd move a half game ahead of Portland and with the tiebreaker with just 1 series to go, which doesn't secure them a playoff berth, but that's much healthier position than a half game behind Portland and without the tiebreaker. That's what's at stake if Ridgefield can win this game. A ball outside from Nickel, it's 3-0 to Stancato with 2 outs. And now he does find the strike zone to make it 3-1 to Kyler Stancato. 4 doubles, a triple, no home runs on the year for Kyler. A childhood buddy of Parker Goen, who was the starting pitcher yesterday for Ridgefield, went 0-1 against his childhood friend. Now facing Josiah Nickel with a 3-1 pitch. Runners going and a ball low, and now there'll be runners in first and second with 2 down. First walk of the day allowed by either team. And we're in the top of the 4th inning. That pushes Romero to second, Stancato to first, 2 down, and Riley Way is the batter. And the first inning of work for Josiah Nickel. A right-hander out of University of Antelope Valley from Vancouver, transferring to UAV at NAIA school down in the desert in California. Top of the 4th inning with 2 down. Nickel opens up the at-bat to Riley Way with a ball high and away. 1-0 the count to Riley, who flew out to right field to end the second inning, stranding Kyler Stancato at first. Kyler is again at first base, but this time with a runner ahead of him at second. And now time is called. Grant Heiser will jog out from behind the dish to talk with Josiah Nickel. The battery here. The outfield for Ridgefield is Brady Casper, Wade Meckler, and Caden Connor. The infield is Brooks Dyer at third, Cody Darcy at short, Patrick Stark, his double play combo, and Doyle Kane at first. Josiah Nickel trying to get 1 more out here and keep the 3-run lead through 3.5 innings. We're in the top of the 4th. as Riley Way now steps out after the mound visit and steps back in. 1-0 is the count, 2 down. Runners on first and second. Josiah Nickel comes set with his hands chest high. Kicks and deals the 1-0. That is just inside and maybe a bit high. 2-0 the count for Josiah Nickel. Riley Way, who's 1 for 6 on the series, 2 runs scored for the Lewis Clark State Warrior. As a 2-0 count from Nickel. Out of the stretch, a fly ball to center field. It'll take Wade Meckler back, but he might have a play on it. He does stop and make the catch in straightaway center field. A hard-hit fly ball by Riley Way, but it dies in center for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs come in off of Josiah Nickel. He does give up a hit and a walk, but no damage done, and the Raptors maintain the lead. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning from Ridgefield. It's the Corvallis Knights 0 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Every time Taco Bell's nacho fries returned, those Mexican spices were drawing something closer to the surface.
And once they taste that warm nacho cheese sauce, they won't stop till there's nothing left.
Can the Fry Force save the world and the nacho fries we love?
So either we fight together, or we fry alone.
Or will the monsters devour us all? Get your nacho fries today while you can. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you. At participating U.S. locations for a limited time only.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
For the Ridgefield Raptors in the bottom of the 4th inning, it will be Brady Casper leading off, followed by Cody Darcy and Patrick Stark. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters to come to the plate for Ridgefield, facing Sam Sturr, the right-hander headed to Oregon State. He has given up 3 runs today, although there have been 3 errors behind him. So of the 3 runs, just 1 of them earned. 5 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts so far for Sam Sturr. And into the 4th inning with the Ridgefield Raptors ahead, 3 runs to 0. Brady Casper leads off against his future college teammate. Oregon State versus Oregon State, and an off-speed to open up the at-bat, ball 1. To start the bottom of the 4th, Brady Casper out of Mission Viejo has already been at Oregon State. Sam Sturr transferring into OSU. Gave up a single to Brady Casper in the 2nd inning. Next pitch is another ball outside, 2-0. Casper hit a chopper that went over Sam Sturr's head, fielded by Riley Way, and the throw would not have beaten Brady Casper at first, and it got away from the first baseman for an error, but give him a single on the play. So Casper's 1 for 1. Now he hits one hard to left center field. Moving over is the left fielder, and Bazana gets under it. A fellow future college teammate of Brady Casper nearly got a base hit off of an incoming transfer, but is ultimately put out by an incoming freshman, all at Oregon State, pitcher, hitter, and left fielder. And Casper goes down for a fly out to left. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors with Cody Darcy to the plate. Grew up in Ravensdale, Washington, /Enumclaw/Kent, kind of in that area. He'll say Enumclaw if you ask him his hometown. Went to Kent Ridge High School. The first pitch to Cody Darcy is just above the belt, ball 1 from Sam Sturr. Ridgefield ahead 3 runs to 0. Bottom of the 4th, 1 out. Cody Darcy, who graduated from Xavier, or just finishing up his final summer class to get his bachelor's, and a grad transfer to UT San Antonio. The 1-0 from Sam Sturr is swing and a miss from Cody Darcy. 1-1 the count for Cody, who has a .252 batting average on the summer, and he's 2nd in the league in home runs with his solo shot yesterday. Got him up to 7 long balls on the year, 1 behind the league lead, owned by his teammate Will Chambers. The 1-1 pitch to Cody is in there for a strike. 1-2 the count with 1 away, and the base is empty. So Ridgefield has the league leader in home runs and the 2nd place guy, and 2 guys tied for 3rd. Or if you didn't know, the league leader in home runs as a team. Ridgefield, just under 40 on the year. 1-2 pitches swung on, and Darcy swung late. Strike 3. And that's the second out of the fourth inning. Still a 3-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors, bottom of the fourth, and it's Patrick Stark next up. Sam Sturr has yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. Had a scoreless first, gave up 1 run in the second, and 2 runs in the third. So Ridgefield is ahead 3-0. Patrick Stark, an incoming freshman at LMU. That is Loyola Marymount down in Los Angeles. Takes a strike that was at the knees. 0-1 the count to Patrick. 2 down. Base is empty. He's from Redondo Beach, California. Went to Redondo Union High. Likes to play shortstop or middle infield. He's the second baseman today. The 0-1 pitch to Patrick. He lines up the middle. A ground ball into center field. And a 2-out base hit for Patrick Stark. Still no 1-2-3 innings that the Ridgefield offense has suffered. They get a 2-out base hit for Patrick Stark. Brooks Dyer is the next batter. He's 1 for 1 today. With a base hit to lead off the third inning. He did score later that frame. The Battleground product. Now lives in Vancouver. Went to high school in Hawkinson, Washington. So he's well familiar with all the Clark County areas. And has played for 3 different colleges, including Clark College. 2 outs and a runner on first for Brooks Dyer, and the first pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count. Ridgefield ahead 3-0. Dyer transferred from Clark College to an NAIA program, Benedictine University at Mesa. And they play in the same league as University of Antelope Valley, where Ridgefield's current pitcher, Josiah Nickel, is heading to. Another strike to Brooks Dyer. It's 0-2. Dyer ended up transferring back up north to Eastern Oregon, where he'll head into another year as a 2017 graduate of Hawkinson High. Runner on first, and 2 down in the bottom of the fourth. Ridgefield ahead 3-0, but Sam Sturr 1 strike away from ending this fourth inning in scoreless fashion. A check swing didn't go around, and a ball down and away. 1-2 is the count to Brooks Dyer, who is now 2 for 15 as a Raptor. Another guy who came from the Northwest Star Nighthawks program after Ridgefield, like all teams, losing some guys at the end of the year to their respective college programs. Dyer comes in and has filled in admirably with some spectacular defense on Friday at Goss Stadium especially. 1-2 pitch, a grounder weakly hit on the third base side. It'll stay, no, it'll go fair. It stayed fair, go foul, I should say. It stayed fair on the first couple bounces, and finally on the third hop, it bounced over the line, and Tanner Smith picks it up in foul territory. Could have been an infield single for Brooks Dyer, but the at-bat does continue. 1-2 remains the count. 2 down, bottom of the fourth. A 3-0 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. With the bottom of the order here, if Brooks Dyer doesn't get a hit and ends the inning with an out, we'll have the top of the order coming up next inning. Wade Meckler is on deck right now. Sam Sturr comes set. He's out of the stretch with a runner on first and 2 down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here he comes. It's outside for ball 2 to Brooks Dyer. Sam Sturr was the starter today. He stayed in and trying to finish 4 complete innings, while Ridgefield has already brought in a reliever. We'll see if Josiah Nickel looks like he'll go at least another inning. Nobody throwing right now for the Raptors in the bullpen. They lead 3-0 over the Knights. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brooks Dyer. Next pitch is a looper into right field. Weakly hit, coming in a hurry is Briley Knight. He'll dive, and he hold on to it? Briley Knight makes the catch in fair territory to end the inning on a heck of a grab by Briley Knight. Came in from deep right field and made a headlong catch just barely in fair territory. And the 2019 West Coast League Player of the Year makes another heck of a play, this time defensively, and it holds off the Raptors on the scoreboard, which maybe would have scored a run had he not made that catch, especially if it would have bounced over him on a diving attempt, and that ends the inning. Brooks Dyer is robbed of a base hit by Briley Knight, his second diving catch in this series. And no runs come in for the Raptors on 1 hit and 1 left on. And we head to the 5th inning. It's the Raptors 3 and the Corvallis Knights 0.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game. whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, two great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at .com. Go Raptors!
We are into the fifth inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Josiah Nickel does come back out for another inning for the Raptors as a 3-0 lead and drops in an off-speed pitch for a strike to the leadoff man for the night, Sebastian Garcia, who grounded out to third base in his first at-bat. And an 0-1 count from Josiah Nickel goes into the windup, and the next pitch, a big swing and a miss on the off-speed. It's 0-2 from Nickel to the leadoff man. It's a 3-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Into the top of the fifth, Nickel threw a scoreless inning in relief after Ben Larson's 3 innings without a run allowed. Here's the 0-2 from Nickel. Hard fly ball to center field. Wade Meckler turns around. The center fielder back nearly to the track. He reaches out and makes the grab, runs into the fence with his momentum carrying him to right center field. A fly out to center for Sebastian Garcia. 1 away in the fifth inning. It's still the Raptors 3. And the Corvallis Knights 0. Jake Hoskins is the next batter, 1 for 1 on the day in this Sunday matinee. Home finale for Ridgefield in the regular season. Hope to see one more, or at least one more playoff game if they can make the playoffs. Would face Corvallis on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, if they make it in. As the first pitch to Jake Hoskins is a ball from Josiah Nickel. Ridgefield ahead 3-0 in the fifth inning. 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. Love Sunday baseball here at the Rourke. I was reading an article recently by Rob Nyer, who's both a baseball journalist and the commissioner for the West Coast League. He wrote an article about Eddie Rommel and his book, the compendium on pitchers, the book of pitchers, as Nickel misses again. 3-0 the count with 1 away, and the base is empty. Wrote an article on Eddie Rommel, who was a pitcher decades ago in the major leagues. A strike from Nickel, it's 3-1. And a particular story about a Sunday game back in 1932. On a day when Eddie Rommel was playing for the Philadelphia Athletics. A ground ball down the third baseline and foul, just foul for Jake Hoskins. And it's now a full count from Josiah Nickel with 1 away. This particular Sunday, the Philadelphia Athletics were playing and had to use some interesting scenarios to get their players to the ball game, as the full count pitch from Josiah Nickel is a fly ball into center field, right center, and playable for Caden Connor. Calls for it and makes the grab right next to Wade Meckler. Turn and look at each other after Caden Connor makes the play, and they say, okay, you got it. Good job. Fly out to right field, 2 away. Nobody on, and the Raptors ahead 3-0. So at this time, back in 1932, Sunday baseball was still illegal in Philadelphia. They didn't allow baseball on the Sabbath, and so when they would play homestands and had a Sunday game, they would travel for a day and then travel back, which they had to do on this particular day in 1932. A ball outside to Travis Bazana, the next hitter. 1-0 the count, 2 down, nobody on base in the fifth inning. So on this particular day, the Philadelphia Athletics head coach, who happened to be the legend Connie Mack, decided to travel as few players as he could just to save fare on the train ticket. As the ball is outside to Travis Bazana, 2-0 the count from Josiah Nickel. So he only traveled 2 pitchers to this particular game, thinking he would only need 2 to get through it. A foul ball back, and it's 2-1 to Bazana. Ridgefield leading this game 3-0 in the fifth inning. So he traveled 2 pitchers, one of whom was Eddie Rommel, the guy this article was about. And Rommel threw batting practice and then went to the dugout to watch the starter begin the game. Another foul ball from Bazana. It's 2-2 now with 2 away. The starter got lit up in the first inning and only lasted 1 inning. So Eddie Rommel came in the second inning as the only remaining pitcher on the travel roster for the Philadelphia Athletics this particular Sunday in 1932. Hard line drive to right field, and Caden Connor reaches up, makes the grab, and the inning is over. Just to finish that thought, Eddie Rommel came in the second inning, and a game that went extra innings, got pounded for 29 hits, 14 runs, and a game that lasted 18 innings, and Rommel got the win, an 18-17 victory One Sunday in 1932, when Sunday baseball was illegal in Philadelphia, it is quite legal here in Ridgefield. And the Raptors have taken a 3-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Midway point in this game, the Corvallis Knights 0 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, treats in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked number 1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
We begin the second half of this ball game with Wade Meckler coming to the plate. In the bottom of the fifth inning, the Ridgefield Raptors ahead by a score of 3-0 as Wade Meckler takes a first pitch strike from his future college teammate in Sam Sturr. Wade Meckler wearing an Oregon State University batting helmet as he digs in, facing Sam Sturr for the third time. He has hit ground balls to second on both occasions. The 0-1 pitch is outside for ball 1 1-1 the count to the leadoff man, Wade Meckler. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Ridgefield ahead 3-0. Meckler grounded out to second to open up the bottom of the first, and then hit another ground ball to third that went through for an error, and he later scored. The 1-1 pitch to Meckler swung on and just clipped it off the end of the barrel for a foul ball. And it's a 1-2 count to Wade Meckler out of Yorba Linda, California, and Esperanza High School. As a 1-2 count from Sam Sturr, who's from Portland, went to Madison High School, and they will convene in Corvallis this upcoming year to play for Oregon State as teammates for the first time. But first off, their opponents here in the West Coast League. 1-2 pitch from Sam Sturr. A breaking ball grounded again towards the right side, moving over to the first baseman, bobbled by Romero. He recollects and throws to first. The pitcher Sturr covers, and he's in there in time for the out. A 3-1 ground out for Wade Meckler, one away in the bottom of the fifth inning. Ridgefield still leading 3-0. It's Doyle Kane up next. On deck will be Caden Connor. Nobody on base with one away, and the Ridgefield Raptors hoping to extend the 3-0 lead. They did not score last inning, but Corvallis has not scored in the first 5 innings at all off of Ben Larson and Josiah Nickel, the two pitchers so far for the Raptors. Doyle Kane steps in. He has a single and a sac bunt on the day for the College of the Canyons product. First pitch to Doyle Kane is in there for a strike. Mentioned that story about Eddie Rommel, the pitcher on that Sunday back in 1932, who ended up throwing 17 innings in that game on a Sunday decades ago. 0-1 pitch down to Doyle Kane. The one other thing I didn't mention that taxed his arm to such a high degree, throwing 17 innings on a day where he also threw batting practice and wasn't expecting to pitch, or at least not much, ended up being his 171st and final victory of his career. Now Doyle Kane takes a pitch up on the back, and he's plunked on the spine, hit by pitch. He seems to be okay on a pitch that Sam Sturr just lost and unintentionally hit Doyle Kane on the third pitch of the at-bat, and Kane is into first for the first base runner of the frame. Bottom of the fifth inning on a pitch that hit him up in the upper back, and he immediately just jogged down to first, and Caden Connor will be the batter. One out, bottom of the fifth inning. Ridgefield 3, Corvallis 0. Caden Connor, who had the 2 RBI single in the third inning, had a hitter's count at 2-0 and just took it up the middle for a base hit. Sam Sturr has not allowed a run since that 2 RBI single. Caden Connor is at the plate with a runner on first, one away. Sam Sturr out of the stretch, and a bunt attempt by Caden Connor. He fouls it away and immediately looks up to the sky and grimaces knowing he had a chance for a drag bunt or at least advance the runner to second, but he wanted to get on base there. There's one out, so he's not just sack bunting. He's trying to get on. The third baseman isn't playing all that far back. Tanner Smith maybe 2 steps behind the bag. Takes maybe 1 step in, but not playing all that close. An 0-1 count to Caden Connor with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Ridgefield ahead 3 runs to 0. Here comes Sam Sturm, hanging breaking ball that stays high for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Caden Connor. He's from Anaheim Hills, California. His dad just went back. Both his parents came up and saw some games about a week and a half ago, I think it was. Then his dad came back to watch the Corvallis games, the one in Goss and the one up in here last night, and then flew back this morning. 1-1 pitch to Caden. He swings and misses. It's 1-2 with 1 away. I told Caden, I hope your dad was here for the 2 losses and went back home for the 1 win. That's what would happen, of course, if Ridgefield wins this game. They are ahead 3 runs to 0. And a game against Corvallis, which would be the first win for Ridgefield in team history against the Knights. This is the 12th game between these 2 teams. Doyle Kane, the runner at first, 1 away. Sam Sturr from the stretch with a 1-2 count to Caden Connor. Left-hand hitter takes a off-speed pitch outside from Sturr. 2-2 the count. Caden Connor's parents, Dave and Bobby, watching for a lot of the games from Southern California. Caden, who plays for Fullerton, not all that far away from Anaheim Hills. His parents met in Minnesota, actually. They went to college there. But his mom got her master's degree at Fullerton. And now Caden Connor playing D1 baseball for Cal State Fullerton. Has a 2-2 count from Sam Sturr. Breaking ball. He chops it on the first base side. Romero picks it up. He steps on first. The runner from first does advance. So a productive out for Caden Connor. A ground out unassisted by Kiko Romero. And Doyle Kane advances to scoring position. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning continues with Will Chambers to the plate. Ridgefield ahead 3 runs to 0. Chambers the batter with an 0-for-2 line to this point this afternoon. On a game that's moved pretty fast, we are an hour and 15 minutes into this ball game. And we are more than halfway through. Bottom of the 5th, 2 down. Runner on second. Chambers the switch hitter. Just transferred from College of the Canyons to Dixie State, which is in the middle of being renamed. A ground ball on the first base side, foul. And an 0-1 count. They're changing to Utah Tech University, the St. George-based institution in the Western Athletic Conference. D1 program where Will Chambers will return to the D1 ranks. He's from College of the Canyons, a junior college, but he started at UCSB. Never appeared in a game for the Gauchos. Just spent 1 year there and had a better outlook at College of the Canyons and was able to jump back to the Division I level, where he'll go to Dixie State this upcoming year. 0-1 the count to Will. Fastball outside for ball 2. Sturr has lost a little bit of velocity, at least on that pitch, down to 89. He's been mostly sitting 92 to 93 today. He's working his 5th inning of the ball game. As a runner on second, 2 down, his Corvallis Knights team trails 3-0. Will Chambers batting left-handed for this at-bat, the switch hitter with a 1-1 count, a fastball low, ball 2, or off-speed I should say, 2-1 the count. Chambers has been the only switch hitter on the roster most of the year until Wade Meckler joined. And now 2 switchers on the roster. Chambers, who leads the league in home runs, 1 more would be his 9th to tie Ridgefield's single-season mark, set by Michael Hicks in 2019. 2-1 pitch at the letters, ball 3. And a 3-1 count for Will. Comes out of Valverde, California, not far from College of the Canyons. Went to West Ranch High School. Produces a lot of D1 athletes. Got a couple softball players in the Pac-12 are from there. The Harper sisters, Jess and McKenna Harper, from that same school. And Will knows him a little bit. 3-1 pitch to Will is inside, ball 4. And Will Chambers draws a walk with 2 down. And it'll be Grant Heiser up to the plate next. Caden Connor holds at second. Doyle Kane, the runner at second. Will Chambers, the runner at first. The next batter will be Grant Heiser, 2 down. Ridgefield has a lead of 3 runs in this contest. But the Corvallis Knights still have 4 more innings to work with offensively. We don't know what the Portland Pickles and Bend Elk score will be until tonight. The last couple nights they've been playing at the same time, so we monitor the score. Today they have a 5 o'clock start, so we'll finish this game and then see the Portland Pickles score later tonight. Here's the first pitch to Grant Heiser. He takes it for a strike from Sam Sturr. 0-1 the count with runners on first and second. Brady Casper is on deck, 2 outs. Ridgefield leading 3-0. Heiser at the plate with a single and a pop out on the day. A run scored for Grant. As one home run on the year was here at this ballpark. At the Rourke. As an 0-1 count from Sam Sturr. Into the stretch, throws outside, ball 1. It was not the longest home run of the year, but it was perhaps the most impressive for 2 reasons. One, it went to left field, where it is really hard to hit a home run in this ballpark. You see a lot more homers to right field. He hit it into the wind, and it hit the scoreboard in left center, about halfway up. And a loud clank for a home run earlier this season for Grant Heiser here in Ridgefield. The 1-1 pitch to Grant. He lifts it into center, not too deep. Kyler Stancato took a step in. Now he takes 2 steps back, gets under, and makes the grab to end the inning. Ridgefield does strand 2 in the frame and does not score in the 5th inning. Sam Sturr has gone 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run and 2 unearned runs. And thus the Ridgefield Raptors head to the 6th inning with a lead of 3-0.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around my sink,
And I am starting to think the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free.
Natura Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natura Pest Control, call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Another inning for Josiah Nickel, the relief pitcher, who will try to go 3 innings. And if he can go another scoreless frame, which will be a tall task, the Corvallis Knights a tremendous hitting ball club. But if he can, he will match Ben Larson, the starter today, and they will have both gone 3 scoreless innings. But he's got to get through the Knights. He does have a 3-run margin to work with. It's the Raptors 3, the Corvallis Knights 0, with Briley Knight to lead off. It's Briley Knight, Nick Vogt, and Kiko Romero to the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. Josiah Nickel on the mound to face Briley Knight. Thanks for joining us on the Raptors live stream or down in the Corvallis Albany area on KEJO 1240 Joe Radio. First pitch tonight is a tapper off the end of the bat to third base. Brooks Dyer has to run in, make the throw, and it is in time to get Briley Knight. Just barely beat him out as Brooks Dyer had to run in on a cue shot to the third baseman. And he uses the glove. I thought he might barehand it, but he used the mitt and threw a quarter of a second ahead of Briley Knight to get the out. A 5-3 ground out to open the 6th inning. Nick Vogt is the next batter with 1 away and a 3-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch is low to Nick Vogt for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Vogt has flown out and grounded out. He has faced Josiah Nickel once already. He's the first player to see Josiah Nickel for a second time. He lines one into left field, moving over is Casper. He leaps up and makes the grab. Reaching him, didn't have to jump all that high, but had to run back and reach above his head to make the grab. And as Josiah Nickel is going through the lineup for a second time here, he does get a hard hit line drive, but it's playable for Brady Casper. And a line out to left field. 2 down, bases empty. In the top of the 6th inning. 3-0 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. Off speed, a looper behind the shortstop. Cody Darcy jumps up, and he can't make the grab. It's into shallow left center for a 2-out single for Kiko Romero. Cody Darcy jumped up and nearly had a Fernando Tatis-esque jumping catch at short, but he couldn't quite get up there. And it's a single for Romero. 2 outs, 1 on. Tanner Smith, the batter, in the middle of the order for the Corvallis Knights. Smith, a .223 hitter, batting 5th in this lineup today for Corvallis. 3-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. A throw over to first, and back in time is Romero. Tanner Smith, the batter. He's the starting third baseman today. He is 0 for 2 on the contest. When facing Josiah Nickel earlier today, he fouled out to the first baseman. First pitch of this at-bat is outside for ball 1 from Josiah Nickel. If Corvallis wins this game, they would reach an 80% threshold. They have won 4 out of 5 games on average. They would improve to 36-9 on the year. The next closest team is at 61% winning rate. 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2 from Josiah Nickel. Now, if Ridgefield wins the game, they'd be back 5 games above 500. At 25-20 would ensure a winning record this season for the first time in team history. They went 27-27 in their first year back in 2019 and did not play last season as the West Coast League was canceled. So they need one more win to ensure a winning record. 3 more games to go after this afternoon's contest. 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. A swing and a miss from Tanner Smith. Ridgefield does lead this game 3-0. In the top of the 6th inning, 2 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Smith, an incoming freshman at Oregon State, to play for Mitch Canham and the Beavers, who made a regional this year and nearly got out of the Fort Worth Regional. 2-1 the count, and the pitch is high for ball 3 from Nickel. He did strand runners in first and second in his first inning of work back in the 4th, and then went 1-2-3 with a trio of flyouts last inning. This inning has gotten 2 hard hit balls, but both of them resulting in outs, but the third one a looper, the weakest hit ball of the inning, and that was for a single. Such is baseball. 2 outs, a 3-1 count. In the top of the 6th inning, Ridgefield ahead 3-0. Out of the stretch comes Nickel, and the 3-1 pitch is high for ball 4. And now there's runners in first and second with 2 outs, and the tying run will come to the plate. It is Kyler Stancato, who has reached base both times today. A single and a walk. Nickel trying to get a little more magic here and trying to finish the inning, or it'll be a reliever as Chris Cota will come out from the dugout and talk with Josiah Nickel. There is one thrower out in the bullpen. It looks like Parker Goen, but it can't be him because he started this game in left field. So he must just be throwing some warm-up pitches. He is not eligible to enter this game. I think there is one other player warming up, however. So he must be doing just a bullpen throwing there because he started yesterday and then started in left field today to get some extra games played to be eligible for the playoffs. He cannot come in this game. So we know it's not him. Now Chris Cota, after talking for about 20 seconds with Josiah Nickel, now points to the bullpen and does issue in a player, and it is Andrew Trotman. The right-hander out of Clark College will come in with runners on first and second and 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. We'll take a 90-second break here and come back from Andrew Trotman pitching in the top of the 6th. That's Corvallis Knights 0 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Trans Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown, and go Raptors!
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke. Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers for a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform, the Leonard Homes and Dick Hanna grass berms, or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Big opportunity for Andrew Trotman facing the Corvallis Knights in the top of the 6th inning. A 3-run lead for the Raptors, but it's in jeopardy as the Knights have 2 runners aboard. Kyler Stancato, the batter, and the first pitch of Andrew Trotman's relief appearance is a ball outside. 1-0 the count to Kyler Stancato. Ridgefield ahead 3-0. There are 2 outs in the inning, but with runners in first and second, a base hit or an extra base hit could do a lot of damage here. As Andrew Trotman comes in, he's out of Fairbanks, Alaska, plays for Clark College. As a 1-0 count to Kyler Stancato. He's a 20-year-old checking in at 6'3", 205, an ERA of 5.04 on the year, getting his 15th appearance for the Raptors. 1-0 pitch, a liner into left center, and it's just over the glove of Cody Darcy. It'll score a run. Coming around from second base and scoring is Kiko Romero. Moving up 90 feet is Tanner Smith. It's an RBI single for Kyler Stancato. Still 2 outs, as that ball got just over the glove of Cody Darcy. Nearly snow-coned it, but into left center for a single. And Stancato is 2 for 2 on the day. Riley Way is the next batter. It's now 3-1, Ridgefield leading. Romero scores. Smith in scoring position. Runners in first and second, 2 down. Right-handed batter in Riley Way watches a ball that's barely caught by Grant Heiser going out to snag it opposite glove side, and the catcher snares it on the top of the turf. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Runners in first and second. Now the lead down to 2 runs for Ridgefield as Corvallis gets on the board for the first time today. 1-0 pitch is looped into right field. Going back is Caden Connor. Running out of room, and this ball is out of here. And a 3-run homer for Riley Way. And the Corvallis Knights have taken a 4-3 lead. Riley Way takes it opposite way for his first home run of the year, and he bloops it over the right field wall, and it's the Corvallis Knights 4 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3. First home run of the year for Riley Way, and it scores Stancato and Tanner Smith, and the Knights are ahead by a run in the 6th inning. They had 2 outs and nobody on in this inning, and a single and a walk, and then brought in a pitching change, and Troutman a single and a 3-run home run. Now it's Sebastian Garcia. Still just a 1-run game. 4-3, all 4 runs in this inning as Garcia takes the first pitch for a strike. And now Andrew Troutman gets a swing and a miss. Base is empty. 2 down. 0-2's the count. Troutman goes back into the wind and misses outside for ball 1. Garcia has a ground out and a fly out on the day out of Cal State Northridge. A 1-run lead for the Knights now. 1-1 pitch is poked at and fouled to stay alive. 1-2 now from Andrew Troutman. So Ridgefield now will play from behind for the first time. Coming up in the bottom of the 6th when Ridgefield gets to that point will be Brady Casper, Cody Darcy, and Patrick Stark. And the next pitch is a called 3rd strike, and Troutman gets out of it. Unfortunately, seeing both runners come in that he inherited on first and second, and the single and the home run. And Corvallis scores 4 runs in quick fashion and take a 4-3 lead heading to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Ridgefield playing from behind here into the bottom of the 6th inning. Stay with us as Ridgefield tries to come back from a 1-run deficit.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-sized utilities in the West by J.D. Power 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
For the first time today, the Ridgefield Raptors will come to the plate with a deficit. It was a scoreless first inning, and then Ridgefield scored 3 runs between the next couple innings and have led 3-0 through the first 5 innings, but finally Corvallis getting on the board and getting on the board in style with 4 runs in the top of the 6th. They now lead 4-3, and Ridgefield will have Brady Casper to the plate, followed by Cody Darcy and Patrick Stark will be the hitters here in the 6th inning. So it's Corvallis 4 and Ridgefield 3, with Sam Sturr remaining in the game. So 2 guys out of Oregon State facing each other here. Brady Casper seeing Sam Sturr for a 3rd time. He singled and then flew out in his first 2 at-bats against Sam Sturr. So we begin the bottom of the 6th inning with Brady Casper at the plate, and a critical game for Ridgefield, which has remained tied with the Portland Pickles the last 7 games in a row. They are now 24-20 on the year. First pitch to Casper is a breaking ball in there for Sam Sturr's strike, 0-1 the count. Both Ridgefield and Portland has not only stayed tied the last 7 games, they've stayed tied each game. So they both went win-win, loss-loss, win, loss-loss. That's their last 7 games apiece, and they've stayed tied every time. 0-1 pitch is outside to Casper, the leadoff man in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a 1-1 count with Ridgefield now trailing 4-3 to the Corvallis Knights. While Ridgefield is fighting for that last playoff berth, Corvallis claimed the first one at the end of the first half, winning the first half as Casper fouls one back, 1-2 the count. Corvallis is now 11 games ahead of everyone in the Southern Division, while every team in the Southern Division is at least 500. There's only one winning team in the North. Ball just off the plate to Casper, and the at-bat continues. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man. It's Corvallis 4 and Ridgefield 3. The outfield playing a big hole in right center field to Brady Casper, a left-handed hitter out of Mission Viejo, California. The 2-2 pitch from Sturr, breaking ball, waits outside, and it's a full count to Brady Casper. Yesterday went 0 for 3. He did have a double on Friday and a pinch hit opportunity in the 9th inning as Ridgefield lost in comeback fashion down at Goss Stadium. Here's the payoff to Casper. Swings and does not get the payoff pitch. And it's strike 3 from Sam Sturr. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Cody Darcy is the batter. 0 for 2 on the day. He did have a run come in, not an RBI, but a run scored when he grounded into a double play. And runners on the corners with nobody out. And it scored the first run of the game for Ridgefield, who now trail 4-3. Yesterday, Cody Darcy 1 for 4 with a home run, going 94 miles an hour off the barrel yesterday and traveling 351 feet on a home run that gave Ridgefield a 2nd run on the day, but ultimately was too little too late as Corvallis won 7-2. First pitch is a strike to Cody Darcy, 1 away. Sam Sturr into the windup for the 0-1, and a swing and a miss from Darcy. It's 0-2. Cody headed to UT San Antonio. Didn't know a lot of players on this team when he joined. This is his 3rd year in the West Coast League, but he's out of Xavier. Thought he'd be playing in a different league, but it worked out to come back home. Used to play for Wenatchee. The 0-2 pitch is at the top of the zone, and a called 3rd strike. Sam Sturr has struck out 2 in a row, and after allowing 1 earned run and a couple unearned runs in the middle portion of this start, in the 2nd and 3rd innings, he has gotten stronger as the day has gone along. He has not allowed a hit since a single in the 4th inning. And the guy who had that single, Patrick Stark, is now up to the plate. So 8 batters in a row. Not 8 in a row retired. There have been a walk and a hit by pitch along the way, but no hits and no runs allowed. The last time through the order for Sam Sturr, and no runs allowed the last 2 innings. A first pitch ball from Sam Sturr into the windup for the Portland product. And the 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike from Sam Sturr. Good friends with Mick Abel, who was headed to Oregon State before getting drafted and heading to the pro ranks. 2 down with a 1-1 count from Sturr into the windup and an off-speed pitch that hangs upstairs for ball 2. 4-3 is the score. Corvallis taking the lead in the top of the 6th inning. We're now in the bottom half of inning number 6. Patrick Stark at the plate. Brooks Dyer is on deck. Nobody throwing in the Ridgefield bullpen. Will likely be Andrew Trotman coming back out to pitch again. 2-1 pitch is on the inside half for strike 2 to Patrick Stark, an incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount. It was 1 for 2 in the ballgame. A .207 batting average on the summer for Patrick, the 18-year-old from Redondo Beach. 2-2 pitches swung on and swung under it for strike 3, and Sam Sturr punches out the side in the 6th inning. His first frame pitching with a lead And he pitches it into a strikeout the side, 6th inning. It's still 4-3. The Corvallis Knights have the lead as we head to the 7th inning.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Play ball! Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We head to the top of the 7th inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Through the first 6 innings, the Corvallis Knights 4 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors, and the Ridgefield Raptors 3 hits on 6 hits and no errors. Andrew Trotman back to the mound to face a pinch hitter. It's Tyson Corio coming in for his first playing time of the series. He enters in replacement of Jake Hoskins, who went 1 for 2 on the day. The 1-0 pitch to Corio is down for ball 2. 2-0 the count from Andrew Trotman in his second inning. We got 1 out in the last inning, coming in partway through with 2 down, runners in first and second, and a 3-0 lead. Corvallis turned around to a 4-3 advantage. A foul ball from Corio, and it's 2-1 the count from Andrew Trotman, who only threw 8 pitches in that 6th inning, excuse me. A single, a home run, and then struck out the next guy to finally end it. 2-1 pitch swung on, and Corio did not get a piece of it. Strike 2 to the leadoff man in the 7th inning. It is Corvallis 4 and Ridgefield 3 into the 7th inning. Outfield playing straight up to Tyson Corio, left-hand hitter, who swings and hits one well into center field. Wade Meckler on his horse, holding his glove up to shield the sun. He reaches up and makes the grab, runs into the wall in straightaway center field on a difficult play by Wade Meckler, and goes down into a crouching position after running into the wall in center field, holding the glove up as he ran backwards, made the grab, and ran not quite full speed into the wall, but still running fairly hard, and put his hands up to block his momentum into the batter's eye in center field. Wade Meckler records the leadoff putout of Tyson Corio, and we'll be back to the top of the order with Travis Bazana up next. Wade Meckler, who knows Bazana, they started hitting together down in Corvallis before Meckler came up to join the Raptors about 2 weeks ago. 1 out, and Bazana shows bunt. Pulls back for a ball outside. 1-0 the count from Andrew Trotman in the top half of the 7th inning. Corvallis 4, Ridgefield 3. Trotman into the wind, and the 1-0 pitch is off the plate. Ball 2, as called by Andrew Mervin, our home plate umpire tonight. This afternoon, Jordan Shepard is out in the field. 1-0 pitch from Andrew Trotman is a ground ball to second. A roller scooped up by Patrick Stark, and he throws over to first for the out. 2 away. Briley Knight is next up, 0 for 3 in the contest for the Portland product, University of Portland. His team has a 4-3 lead. Not the first time we've seen Briley Knight. I remember watching a game, Briley calling a game on 1240 Joe Radio 5 years ago as he loops one into left field for a base hit on the first pitch he sees. A 2-out single to get the first base runner of the inning for Corvallis, and played on a hop by Brady Casper. 2 out and 1 on in Briley Knight, who played for Crescent Valley High School. We broadcast CV football games and CHS on 1240 back in 2017. I remember a Corvallis confrontation. CV, CHS came down to the wire, and Crescent Valley went for a 2-point conversion for the win. when they're down by 1. As the next batter is Nick Vogt, takes the ball inside. Runner on first is Briley Knight, who was playing for Crescent Valley that day. Cam Sanders got stuffed on the 2-point conversion, fumbled the ball. Sawyer Cleveland scooped it up and threw to Briley Knight in the end zone for the 2-point conversion to win the game and beat their crosstown rivals on September 22nd, 2017, and broadcasted on 1240 Joe Radio, which some of you are listening right now down on 1240 or on the Ridgefield Raptors live stream. Next pitch is at the knees for strike 1 to Nick Vogt. 1-1 the count with 2 away. In the top of the 7th inning, Briley Knight gets back on a pickoff attempt. Corvallis trying to get some insurance here. They're up by 1 in the 7th inning. Nick Vogt out of UC Santa Barbara on a 9-game hit streak. He has yet to extend that today, although he's put the ball in play each time. Swings and tips one into the glove of Grant Heiser. He's 0 for 3, a ground out, a fly out, a line out. As a runner on first, 2 down from Andrew Trotman, who's 1 strike away from finishing the 7th inning in scoreless fashion. Nick Vogt at the plate, the designated hitter today, with a .355 batting average on the summer. Outside from Trotman, 2-2 is now the count. Ridgefield 24-20 on the year. A loss here would not eliminate their playoff chances, but put a serious dent in them as they move a half game behind Portland and lose the tiebreaker. A win would give Ridgefield the tiebreaker and move a half game above the Pickles. 2-2 count from Trotman. A swung on ground ball through the left side of the infield for another 2-out single. After Andrew Trotman got the first 2 guys out, 2 straight singles, Briley Knight and Nick Vogt going back-to-back, and Vogt is up to a double-digit hit streak, his 10th game in a row with a base hit. Now Briley Knight moves up to second, 2 down, and Kiko Romero is the batter, left-hand hitter out of Central Arizona College. Didn't play yesterday, went 0 for 3 on Friday, but today he's got 2 singles. 2 outs, and Romero checks his swing. It is a called strike. To open up this at-bat, 2 down, Corvallis ahead, 4 runs to 3. Going for their 5th consecutive win here. They can get this one and hold on to the lead, although it's just 1 run. The Raptors have 3 more innings of offense. There's the 0-1 pitch off the hands and fouled into the concourse at the Rourke. On this Sunday home finale for Ridgefield, unless the Raptors can beat out Portland for that final playoff spot. Ridgefield is, in a sense, a deserving team in a division in the South Division with no losing teams, including Corvallis at 35-9. The Raptors have played to a winning record. A foul ball behind home plate to keep the count at 0-2. And the Raptors have had, although they have the same record overall as Portland, you look at the run differential in divisional games, which is the tiebreaker. As long as Ridgefield can win 1 game against Corvallis and tie Portland at 1-5 against Corvallis, that's one of the tiebreakers. Then you'd go to run differential in divisional games, which Ridgefield is +21, Portland -26. As Romero takes a big swing and a miss, and Trotman strands runners on first and second. No runs in for the Knights in the 7th inning. Ridgefield trying to play for that tiebreaker and get their 25th win of the season, but they need a comeback here. They're down by just a run. In the bottom of the 7th, it will be the Raptors bringing up Brooks Dyer, Wade Meckler, and Doyle Kane. They'll come up after this break. Bottom of the 7th coming up. The Corvallis Knights 4 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
It is the bottom of the 7th coming up as Ridgefield has 3 innings to go. They trailed by a run, have not scored in the last 3 innings. And to try to change that will be Brooks Dyer. He leads off against a new pitcher for the Corvallis Knights, entering with a 1-run lead. And the bottom of the 7th, it is Chase Walter out of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. A 19-year-old who throws the first pitch strike to Brooks Dyer. 6'4", 175 pounds for Chase Walter, an ERA of 7.81. Coming off 2 2/3 scoreless innings against Yakima Valley. Has not faced Ridgefield this season until now. Ground ball, foul ball from Brooks Dyer, and he's quickly down 0-2. The leadoff man in the bottom of the 7th. Ridgefield down 4-3 at home. Needing a win to get today to get the tiebreaker over the Portland Pickles. If they don't get it, then even if they sweep in their final series, they'd have to see Portland lose 2 of their final 4, which could happen, but you don't want to count on that as Dyer fouls it back, especially since Portland plays Port Angeles to conclude the season. And Port Angeles has the worst record in the league. 0-2 is the count to Brooks Dyer, the leadoff man in the 7th inning, and he swings, and it's a chopper to the third base side and just foul by a few feet. Caught by Tanner Smith off a bounce, and it remains an 0-2 count for Brooks Dyer. Corvallis scoring 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning, including a 3-run home run by Riley Way to give them the lead. And that score is still intact in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 to Dyer. He checks his swing. It's in the zone, called for strike 3. And Chase Walter strikes out the first man he faces. A guy who's now gone 13 innings exactly with 18 punch-outs on the season. An allowed batting average of just 186 on the summer. Those ERAs a bit inflated at 7.81, but relatively small sample size, 13 innings. Wade Meckler is the next batter. Bases empty, 1 away, and he fouls one opposite way. The left-hand hitter to the third base side. 0-1 the count, 1 away. Corvallis ahead, 4-3 in the 7th inning. Meckler has grounded out on 2 occasions, had a ground ball for an error and a run scored back in the 3rd. A ball low, 1-1 the count to Wade Meckler. Chose Oregon State after getting recruited his senior year. He was playing in a senior showcase in Arizona and was uncommitted, had really no D1 offers at that point. 1-1 pitches outside, 2-1 the count to Wade Meckler. He's from Yorba Linda, California. Played in the showcase in Arizona, hoping to get some college interest, and was recruited by a guy who wasn't looking for seniors. He was mostly watching the junior showcase, but he happened to see Meckler. 2-1 pitches fouled away, 2-2 the count to Wade Meckler. The guy who saw him and liked him was Pat Bailey, former assistant coach and interim head coach with Oregon State. Liked him so much and ended up offering him, and Wade Meckler said, "Hey, you're the only D1 offer I got, and I like Oregon State. Let's do it." And Wade Meckler spent the last 3 years at OSU. 2-2 pitch, he again fouls it away. With 1 away and the bases empty, the Corvallis Knights ahead 4-3. Meckler did end up getting some late interest from Harvard, was the one other D1 program. Although the issue there was Harvard, as you probably know, they're pretty big on academics. They require players to sign by September. As Meckler swings and misses and strikes out, 2 straight punch-outs for Chase Walter, Chase Walter gets the punch-out. Carson Walters, the pitcher for Ridgefield, he's not pitching against his own team. Chase Walter gets the strikeout. Doyle Kane's the next batter. To finish that thought about Wade Meckler, you need to sign by September if you're going to Harvard, or else you have to wait until the next year to play. And so he would have had to go to a prep school. And so Oregon State was the much more lucrative option in his mind. First pitch is low to Doyle Kane. 1-0 the count. 2 down. Bases empty. It's Corvallis 4 and Ridgefield 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Doyle Kane takes high, ball 2. A .231 hitter. Just playing his 5th game. He's 3 for 13 coming into this contest, and he's 1 for 1 on the day. A single, a sac bunt, and a hit by pitch today for Doyle Kane from Santa Clarita, California. Grew up right across from College of the Canyons, where he plays college baseball. Skims a foul ball off the mask of Sebastian Garcia, who goes down to his knees and has to kind of recollect himself after the foul ball right off the frame of Garcia. Gets a little pat on the back from the home plate umpire, Andrew Mervin. Garcia is okay, and we keep on playing. 2-1 the count to Doyle Kane. No extra base hits yet on the year for Doyle, who flares one for a foul ball. 2-2 now from Chase Walter. Has struck out both batters he's faced here. He's 2-0 on the year, coming off a win. Got the decision in that 5-4 victory over Yakima Valley 3 days ago. With 2 outs, here's the 2-2 pitch. A little nubber down the third baseline. It hits the bag. Doyle Kane doesn't realize it's a fair ball, and he's going to be thrown out at first. He hit it foul at first, and it rolled back fair. They're saying it hit his foot, and Doyle Kane thinks it's a foul ball. It should be a foul ball if it hit his foot. Chris Cota coming down the line to talk with the home plate umpire. The field umpire on the right side has walked off the field, and Jordan Shepard, the home plate, or Andrew Mervin, the home plate umpire, is talking with Chris Cota, who's saying, how can that ball dribble back fair unless it spun off his foot? It rolled foul until it got to the bag and then hit the base, which made it fair if it didn't hit his foot. And then the third baseman, Smith, threw across as Doyle Kane never ran out of the box. And the call seems to be unchanged, and the inning is going to be over. Doyle Kane hit a ball that looked like it was off his foot, and it hits the bag, and it was ruled a fair ball. To give Andrew Mervin some credit, it's hard to see whether that ball hits the foot, although it had some weird spin on it and results in an unfortunate out for Doyle Kane, and that ends the inning. We head to the top of the 8th. It is the Corvallis Knights 4 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears.
Good dog.
Treats in my mouth. And peace of mind, knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
New pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors coming in the top of the 8th inning is Byron Clack. He'll try to keep the 1-run deficit as it is. He's a right-hander out of Placerville, California, pitches for University of Portland. He's a 6'5", 230-pounder, and the 19-year-old has a 1.58 ERA, second best on the team, although it's small sample size, just 5 2/3 innings on the summer. Most recently pitched 5 days ago, went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 1 hit to the 4 batters he faced, no runs against Cowlitz. So right-handed pitcher comes in. He'll be facing the Corvallis Knights, part of the order right in the middle of the lineup. Tanner Smith, Kyler Stancato, and Riley Way will be the batters. The score is 4-3, Corvallis leading with 2 innings remaining in this ball game. A game that Ridgefield, with a win, would put themselves in firm position for a playoff spot. With a loss, they would be firmly backed up against the wall and in really dire straits. Still 3 games to go. They'd only be a half game behind, but they would lose the tiebreaker if they do not win this game over the Portland Pickles, who they're currently tied with. Here's the first pitch of the 8th inning, and Byron Clack. It's a high fly ball, playable in left field. Off the bat of Tanner Smith. Brady Casper moving over, and the left fielder makes the grab for the first pitch out from Byron Clack. A towering fly ball into left center field, and Casper makes the grab. 1 out in the top of the 8th. It's Corvallis 4, Ridgefield 3. Kyler Stancato is the next batter, who had an RBI single to get get Corvallis on the board. Made it 3-1, and he scored on a home run a couple pitches later. Riley Way, who's on deck, had that homer to turn a 3-1 deficit into a 4-3 lead for the Knights. As Byron Clack misses low, 1-0 the count to Kyler Stancato. With 1 out, the base is empty. The next pitch is in there for a strike. Brooks Dyer, the third baseman, playing even with the bag. The rest of the infielders playing back. The outfielders playing in typical depth to face Kyler Stancato, a .252 batting average on the summer for the Knights. The 1-1 from Clack is a ground ball to the right side, fielded by Doyle Kane. The first baseman will underhand to the pitcher. Clack gets there to beat out the batter runner Stancato, and the out is recorded. 3-1 on the put out, and Riley Way will be up with the bases fortunately empty. Launched a home run 2 innings ago, his first dinger of the year. It was a good one, an important run, a game-changing one. A 3-run dinger to put Corvallis ahead for the first time today, 4-3, and that score has not changed since then. We're in the top of the 8th. Riley Way, the batter, facing Byron Clack for the first time, who tosses an off-speed pitch high for ball 1. Went 94 miles an hour off the barrel, traveled 352 feet on the home run for Riley Way. Now is a 1-0 count from Byron Clack with the bases empty and 2 down. Clack deals a fastball grounded to third on one hop, grabbed by Brooks Dyer, takes a step towards first, throws to first, and beats him easily in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Byron Clack, and he does keep it a 4-3 deficit into the bottom of the 8th. Ridgefield has 6 outs left, and what feels like kind of the decider in the playoff race. They can make it even if they lose. They can miss it even if they win, but this one is huge for Ridgefield coming down the wire. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's the Raptors 3 and the Corvallis Knights 4.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around my sink,
And I am starting to think the experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free.
Natura Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natura Pest Control, call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Well, good part of the lineup to get some action going for the Ridgefield Raptors right when they need it most. Bottom of the 8th inning, and Caden Connor is coming up for the Ridgefield Raptors to be followed by Will Chambers and Grant Heiser. With the Raptors trailing in this contest 4-3 to the Corvallis Knights, it's Chase Walter back to the mound for the Corvallis Knights and tosses a ball outside to Caden Connor. Walter went 1-2-3 in the 7th inning with a couple strikeouts. And now it's Caden Connor at the plate. Corvallis 4, Ridgefield 3, 8th inning. Caden Connor at the plate. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 2 from the side-arming Chase Walter out of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. The 6'4 right-hander trying to get one more inning and keep the Raptors at bay, the top offensive team in the league. But Corvallis has held them in check. And down by a run right now for the Raptors. Off the fist and a fly ball into center field. Well hit. It'll get towards the warning track. Reaching up and making the grab is Kyler Stancato. On a ball that wasn't hit right off the barrel, but still traveled pretty far to right center field. And it's a fly out to right center. Stancato makes the grab, 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Will Chambers is the next batter. 0 for 2 with a walk today. Switch hitter who'll be batting left-handed against the righty and Chase Walter. 1-run deficit for the Raptors. Bottom of the 8th inning. There's the first pitch to Chambers, takes a big cut and swings over the 89-mile-an-hour toss from Chase Walter. Chambers, one of 2 switch hitters. He was born ambidextrous at birth, he says, but was not a switch hitter early on. 0-1 pitch is outside from Walter. Saw a teammate hitting switch-handed and said he liked to do it. And as he tells the story, first pitch hitting from the opposite side, hit a home run. And he's been a switch hitter ever since. This was not in college, by the way. This is, youth ball, around 8 years old or so. And been hitting switch hitting. He's been switch hitting ever since and leads the league in home runs with Home runs from each side of the plate this summer. Takes another ball. It's 2-1 from Chase Walter. Bases empty, one down. The next pitch is at the knees, just below the knees. And it's a 3-1 count. One down, one-run deficit for the Raptors. Chambers at the plate. Grant Heiser will be up next. Outfield playing him pretty deep, especially in right field as Chambers pops one up into shallow center field. The shortstop Way holding his hand up and running over. It's going to be a tough play. He runs behind the bag and makes the catch behind second base for the out. He started in between second and third and ran a good 10 yards late as that ball was descending, but he did get under it for a pop-out put-out, and 2 down in the 8th inning. Bases remain empty in the bottom of the 8th. It is still Corvallis 4, Ridgefield 3, a score that has remained intact since Riley Way's 3-run home run in the top of the 6th. Inside on the first pitch to Grant Heiser, the Camas product, plays for Seattle University, and it's inside for ball 1. 2 outs and the base is empty. And another pitch inside. This one does not quite catch the corner either. 2-0 the count to Grant Heiser, who started 19 games so far for the Red Hawks of Seattle U between his 2 years up in Seattle. Was a 3-year letter winner for the Camas Papermakers in his high school days. A strike called from Chase Walter. 2-1 the count, 2 down. Bottom of the 8th inning. A 4-3 lead for the Corvallis Knights. They're playing him to left center now, or playing him to right field. A big hole in left center as Heiser swings over the 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Grant Heiser. As a single earlier today, he's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Base is empty, a 2-2 pitch upcoming from Chase Walter. Out of the stretch, and a swing and a miss from Grant Heiser, and the inning is over. Walter strikes out his 3rd of the relief outing. He's gone 2 innings and yet to allow a base runner. It is still another scoreless inning for Ridgefield. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And we're on to the 9th inning. Last chance for Ridgefield. They'll try to keep the deficit at 1 run. It'll be Byron Clack coming back out to pitch. It's the Corvallis Knights 4 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
Every time Taco Bell's nacho fries returned, those Mexican spices were drawing something closer to the surface.
And once they taste that warm nacho cheese sauce, they won't stop till there's nothing left.
Can the Fry Force save the world and the nacho fries we love?
So either we fight together, or we fry alone.
Or will the monsters devour us all? Get your nacho fries today while you can. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you. At participating U.S. locations for a limited time only.
Into the 9th inning here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, where if Ridgefield cannot make the comeback, it would be more likely that this would be the final game at this ballpark on the summer. A win here would, while not ensuring a playoff berth, make it a lot more possible as the Raptors are tied with the Portland Pickles, but a loss would set them down a half game and lose the tiebreaker. Top of the 9th inning, Sebastian Garcia will be the batter for Corvallis. The Knights leading 4-3. In the top of the 9th, Byron Clack still the pitcher for the Raptors after a scoreless and 1-2-3 8th inning. Into the 9th, and an off-speed pitch outside for ball 1 from Byron Clack. This game up to 2 hours and 7 minutes now, just over the shortest game in Ridgefield history. 1-0 pitches inside 2-0. Shortest game is 2 hours and 6 minutes. Ridgefield would like to make this game a lot longer. If they can score a run, push it to extras, that sort of thing. The trail 4-3 in the top of the 9th. Byron Clack, the pitcher. The 2-0 to Garcia is high for ball 3. Ridgefield in the field right now, just wanting a scoreless inning, and they'll have their final 3 outs to work with in the bottom of the 9th. It will be Brady Casper, Cody Darcy, and Patrick Stark, the scheduled hitters, with Brooks Dyer to follow, and then the top of the order. The fourth pitch of the at-bat is high for ball 4, and Sebastian Garcia walks on 4 pitches to open the top of the ninth. And it's the ninth hole hitter, which started out being Jake Hoskins. He was pulled earlier for a pinch hitter in the 7th inning for Tyson Corio, and it is Corio again. For his second at-bat, he flew out to center field in the 7th inning in a hard hit ball that resulted in a loud fly out. Runner starts to go and bluffs on the first pitch. 1-0 the count after Clack misses outside for Tyson Corio. Byron Clack allowing his first base runner there on the 4th batter he has faced. A walk to put a runner on first. Corvallis leading 4-3 in the top of the 9th. A 1-0 from Clack, a bunt showing from Corio. It pulls away, and it ends up low for ball 2. 2-0 to Tyson Corio. Corio is out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, originally from Concord, California. The 5'11", 185-pounder. Batting left-handed with the runner on first, nobody out in the top of the 9th. 2 balls and no strikes from Byron Clack, who throws over to first and gets Sebastian Garcia back. Ridgefield, which has been out-hit today 9-6 in this ballgame, while trailing by a run. Ridgefield still has out-hit Corvallis in the summer series. 2-0 pitch is just above the belt, 3-0, and Byron Clack has started this 9th inning with 7 straight balls, and now is behind Tyson Corio, 3-0. So on the season, in just games between Ridgefield and Corvallis, the Raptors have 42 hits, and the Corvallis Knights have 41, which is especially surprising considering Corvallis is 5-0 against Ridgefield this year and leading in the 9th inning in game number 6. But they have been out-hit by Ridgefield and cumulatively in those games. Today they've out-hit Ridgefield 9-6, but overall more hits for Ridgefield, but they want just one win. They're down by a run. 3-0 pitch is in for strike 1 from Byron Clack. Took a little off it, go to 85 miles an hour and gets the strike. Byron, who spent 1 year at University of Portland, did not play in the spring of 2021. And will head into his redshirt freshman year this upcoming spring as a 3-1 count with the runner on first who's going. A ground ball to the right side and over the first baseman's head on a chopper into right field for a base hit. The lead runner gets to third on a single that pushes Sebastian Garcia up 2 bases, and Tyson Corio into first on a single. It hit on the ground in front of the first baseman and bounced over Doyle Kane. And with the runner going, he was easily into third on the play. And now Travis Bazzana will be the hitter with nobody out and runners on the corners. Ridgefield would still need a 1-run comeback even if they post a scoreless inning, but now the Corvallis Knights threatening. And Chris Cota will come out of the dugout to talk with Byron Clack and the entire infield. Runners on the corners for the Corvallis Knights, top of the 9th. With Travis Bazzana coming up, the leading hitter in the West Coast League, getting 435. Though Ridgefield has figured him out a little bit. Of his last 22 games, he's only been hitless in 3 of them, all 3 against Ridgefield. But he does have a couple multi-hit games against the Raptors this year, including perhaps one today. He's 1 for 4, and his one hit was a double that got lost in the sky to left field. But he's hit the ball well, a couple flyouts as well. Mound visit concludes with Chris Cota walking back to the dugout. Byron Clack staying in. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. Travis Bazzana the batter. A throw over to first. And the runner at first, Corio, gets back. Sebastian Garcia is the runner at third, representing an insurance run for the Knights, who are ahead 4-3. Top of the 9th inning. Byron Clack out of the stretch and throws a fastball down and away to Travis Bazzana. 1-0 the count. If they pitch around him and walk him to load the bases, Briley Knight would be the hitter with the bases loaded and nobody out. Ridgefield trailing by a run will come to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning, although the margin is unknown. 1-0 pitch is laced into left center. This will score at least 1. It'll get down for a base hit. It rolls all the way to the wall. It'll score 2. And Travis Bazzana is into second base for his second double today. A 2 RBI extra base hit. And the Corvallis Knights have taken a 6-3 lead here at the Rourke. The 9th inning has gone well for Corvallis. Nobody out, and Travis Bazzana bats in 2 with a 2 RBI double. And it's now 6-3, Corvallis on top. Next batter is Briley Knight. He was 1 for 4 on the day with a single. Travis Bazana, the runner at second, nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. Briley Knight, the left-hand hitter. And Byron Clack steps over and looks at second to get Bazana most of the way back. Doesn't all the way return to second. Takes his lead again at second base. Nobody out, runner at second, top of the 9th. A 3-run margin now with Corvallis in front. A ball just off the dish to Briley Knight. 1-0 to Briley, who had a single in the 7th inning. Corvallis scored 4 runs in the 6th to take the lead 4-3. And have added a couple here in the 9th to move ahead 6-3. Here's the 1-0 from Byron Clack. It is again just outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Briley Knight, the right fielder today, who made a diving catch that perhaps saved a run a couple innings ago. He has started in each outfield position this series. Started in left game 1, in center game 2, and kept on moving towards right field to get the start in right for game 3. The 2-0 pitch to Briley Knight, a grounder into his foot. It rolls to the pitcher, Byron Clack. And the crowd immediately yelling, not that they don't think it's a foul ball. I think this is more about the ground ball a couple innings ago, and Ridgefield's Doyle Kane hit a ground ball that was ruled not to have hit his foot, and he was thrown out at first when he never ran from home plate. Briley Knight similarly hits a ground ball and doesn't run out of the box, but it is called a foul ball, and correctly, I will say, called a foul ball, but the fans aren't arguing this one. It's more a cumulative effect from that earlier non-foul ball call. This one sets the count at 2-1, nobody out, runner at second. Byron Clack from the stretch gets a fly ball to left center field. Coming in is Brady Casper on a heck of a run, and going out is the shortstop Cody Darcy, and he's the one to make the catch. That is the first out of the inning. Travis Bazana holds at second, 1 away, and the top of the 9th. 6-3 is the score, Corvallis in front. If they win, they would improve to 36-9. It wouldn't help their playoff chances, just a little momentum and feel-good win for them. They've had plenty of those. They are still the top team in the league, and it's not that close in terms of win-loss record. Ridgefield, meanwhile, would drop to 24-21 if they can't make the comeback in the bottom of the 9th. A ball outside to Nick Vogt, the designated hitter, who's 1 for 4 on the ball game. Facing Byron Clack for the first time today. Extended his hit streak to 10 games in the 7th inning. The right-hand hitter out of UC Santa Barbara facing the right-hand pitcher in Byron Clack. 1-0 is the count from Byron. Out of the stretch with the runner going from second. Bazana trying to steal on the throw into left field. And Bazana might come home if he wants. Finally realizes the ball is in left field. He does sprint home and scores. Travis Bazana steals third. The throw high from Heiser into left field for the first error of the day for Ridgefield. And it scores Travis Bazana, and it's now 7-3. With the Corvallis Knights moving in front. So now Nick Vogt has the bases empty with 1 out. Travis Bazana stealing third, and the throw over Brooks Dyer's head into left field. 2-0 is the count now to Nick Vogt, and it's above the belt for ball 3. 4-run lead for the Corvallis Knights now in the top of the 9th inning. And Ridgefield with their backs against the wall. 3-0 is the count from Byron Clack with 1 away. Into the windup and misses low for ball 4. And Corvallis has another base runner here. Kiko Romero is the batter with 2 singles and a 2 for 4 day for Romero. He has a runner on first and 1 out. Corvallis ahead 7-3. Ridgefield will play on the road in the final series of this summer up in Walla Walla after a day off tomorrow. 1 out, runner on first. Byron Clack into the stretch, and a foul ball from Kiko Romero. Out of Tucson, Arizona, plays at Central Arizona College. A .228 batting average on the year for Kiko. While most of the guys for Corvallis spray the ball primarily to left field. Most of their hitters in the starting lineup. One of the guys who hits the ball gap to gap. A lot of balls to right center and left center for Romero. Hits up the middle a lot. As he takes another pitch to even the count at 1-1. Runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 9th inning. Corvallis ahead 7-3. Byron Clack comes set after looking over at first. Kicks for the 1-1, an off-speed that's lifted on the left side and will get into left field. A high arcing pop-up. Going back is Brooks Dyer, and he makes the catch in shallow left field for out number 2. Runner on first holding in Nick Vogt. And the next batter is Tanner Smith. 2 down, 9th inning. Corvallis 7, Ridgefield 3. The Raptors will have their final half inning next after they can get the third out, whenever that may be. Brady Casper will lead off, with Cody Darcy and Patrick Stark, the scheduled hitters, behind him. The runners going with 2 outs. A ground ball through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Nick Vogt will hold at second after he starts to steal, and the ground ball into left field. He holds at second. A 2-out single for Tanner Smith. And this top of the 9th inning keeps on going. 3 runs in on the frame. And this is the 8th batter of the inning coming up, Kyler Stancato. It started with a walk to Garcia, then a single for Tyson Corio, then a 2 RBI double for Travis Bazzana. And then 2 runners have reached since then. Bazzana himself scored on an error on a stolen base. A ground ball to second base. Patrick Stark fields, throws to first, and records the out, and the inning is over. 8 batters come to the plate, and 3 runs come in on 3 hits for the Corvallis Knights. Ridgefield down to their final 3 outs, trying to avoid a season sweep, trying to get 1 win against the Corvallis Knights, but they'll need a big comeback in the bottom of the 9th. It is the Corvallis Knights 7 and the Ridgefield Raptors 3.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We head to the bottom of the 9th inning here in Ridgefield as a new pitcher for the Corvallis Knights comes in to try to get not the save opportunity, but close it out in the bottom of the 9th. The 4-run lead for the Knights. It's Kanta Kobayashi coming in out of Gonzaga by way of Tokyo, Japan. Kobayashi enters for the Corvallis Knights. At least we believe that's him. There's not a number 2 on the roster, so forgive me if this is not a Kobayashi. It may be a different player, but if it is him or a different player wearing number 2, actually I think it might be Nathan DeShriver because he was listed as number 2. I think it's DeShriver because it looks more like Nathan. Either way, they're both out of Gonzaga, so one or the other. It's a Gonzaga Bulldog. I think it's DeShriver on the mound. They don't have a number 2 on the roster, but I believe it is him. Brady Castle will be the hitter. Ridgefield trailing by 4, 7-3. Is the mark. Ridgefield needs 4 runs to extend this ball game. First pitch to Casper. He swings at it, flies it into left field. Playable for the left fielder coming in, and the catch is made by Travis Bazzana. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. Cody Darcy is next up. He'll be followed by Patrick Stark. Ridgefield trailing 7-3. In the bottom of the 9th inning, needing a win here to get the tiebreaker over Portland. They would improve to 1-5 against Corvallis on the summer, which would even with Portland, who also went 1-5 against the Knights. And then you'd go to the next tiebreaker, which Ridgefield has by a run differential mark. But without a win here, they would not gain the tiebreaker as Cody Darcy turns away from the first offering from DeShriver, ball 1. Inside, 1 out, nobody on. 7 runs for Corvallis, 3 runs for the Ridgefield Raptors at home. With a 1-0 count to Darcy, takes a hack at it and misses it. 1-1 the count to Cody. With Nathan DeShriver on the mound for the Corvallis Knights. A freshman from Bainbridge Island, Washington, plays for Gonzaga, 6'2", 190. And a ball low from DeShriver, 2-1 the count, an ERA of 3.17. Does not have a save on the year. He won't get one here. It's a 4-run margin into the bottom of the ninth. But still an opportunity to close it out. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Cody Darcy. It's inside, and he keeps on attacking the inner part and has almost hit Cody on a couple occasions. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike to Cody Darcy. Ridgefield has, on one occasion this year, gone into the bottom of the 9th inning down by 4 and won the game as Cody Darcy rips a base hit up the middle. A single for Cody right off the barrel and gets his first base hit of the day. A 1-out single for Cody. Patrick Stark is up next. Brooks Dyer on deck. It is still a 4-run margin. Corvallis on top, bottom of the 9th. 1 on and 1 out. And we'll have a pinch runner here. Quadrice Teague will come in for Cody Darcy. Teague out of Clark College. And he comes in as a pinch runner for Cody Darcy. Patrick Stark, the batter. So Ridgefield down by 4 in the bottom of the 9th, just like the 6th game of the season, facing the Portland Pickles. Came in to that frame trailing by 4 runs and scored 4 to push it to extras, and then 1 in the 13th inning. Patrick Stark hits one off the hands and a foul ball behind home plate for strike 1. 1 out, and the runner Quadrice Teague at first. Patrick Stark, the batter, who has a single and 2 strikeouts on the day. A week ago, he had a home run against Cowlitz here at this ballpark. Inside and blocked by Garcia. Ball 1 to Patrick Stark. A home run in that victory against Cowlitz. Ridgefield went in that series. They went loss, win in that series. That was the first time all year they had lost the first 2 games of a series and then salvaged a win. The other 3 times they had lost the 3rd game and suffered a sweep. So that was the first time they had gone loss, win all year. This series, they hope to do the same thing. They have gone loss, but trailing 7-3. A foul ball for Patrick Stark. It's still 1-2 with a runner on first and 1 out. Here comes DeShriver with the 1-2. A breaking ball hit towards third base. A grounder scooped up by the third baseman Smith. The throw on to second in time, and the turn to first is also there in time for the game-ending double play. The Corvallis Knights take the series in sweeping fashion, winning this game by a final score of 7-3. It's been a well-played series all the way through. No blowouts. Ridgefield lost by 2 runs in the first game, 5 runs in the second, 4 runs here, and ultimately do suffer 3 losses in this weekend series and do not have the tiebreaker over the Portland Pickles and are now a half game behind Portland with 3 games to go for Ridgefield and 4 games to go for the Pickles. Portland will play the Bend Elks tonight. We'll see if they lose. They drop into a tie, and then Ridgefield would need 1 more win than the Portland Pickles in the final series. They do play different teams. Ridgefield plays Walla Walla, and the Portland Pickles play Port Angeles, both teams on the road. So hope you can join us on the audio stream on RidgefieldRaptors.com on 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday up in Walla Walla, when the Raptors finish out the season with a 3-game series beginning Tuesday. 6:35 is the first pitch. Well, it's been fun to join you both on RidgefieldRaptors.com and on 1240 Joe Radio. I'm Josh Warden, signing off from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. My thanks to Jason Jenish, and back in studio for at 1240 Joe Radio, TJ Mathewson handling the board. We want to thank all the Ridgefield players and the fans and the host families as well. This may be the final home game of the year. We hope not. We hope they make the playoffs and win the final series and outplay Portland in that final series to get a playoff berth. But if they don't, if the Raptors don't, it's still been a fun year. Ridgefield has gone 24-21 on the year. Likely will have a winning record for the first time in franchise history. And just a great job by all the staff and trainer, Mason Treeseyes, and host families and all that. So thanks again to all the fans and families and people here in Ridgefield who have made a fun year of summer baseball. Hope it's not done yet. We've got 3 games left to go and maybe more here in the Ridgefield Raptors season. I'm Josh Warden. Talk to you Tuesday at 6:35 from Walla Walla. The Corvallis Knights win it today, 7-3. So long, everybody.